Great South Coast. Broadcasting your match of the day on 94.5 FM and online.
Kick over the top to Matty Wines.
Well, and we're just waiting on the Portland Tigers. A good game of reserves grade footy with the Roosters getting the job done, and they will get the double chance finishing inside the top three. Don't forget footy finals tomorrow at the Reed Oval. All our junior finals, under 14s, under 16s, as well as our netballing junior grand finals as well. So that promises to be a great day. So if you're looking for something to do, go and support our juniors, our next generation of footballers and netballers in the Hampden Football Netball League. We're going to take another quick break here from the Friendly Societies Park. When we come back, it'll be bounced down here at the Friendlies. South Warrnambool take on the Portland Tigers.
Hampden League Live for Clinton. Hampden League Live for Clinton, Bolsh, Warrnambool, Nissan, Badeness Rural, Harvey Norman Computers, SunGold Milk, and McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central. 3YBFM.
If there's one thing us Aussies know, it's great coffee. Like the best ever McCafe blend. Expertly made by baristas for a smooth, rich taste that hits the spot every time. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Fitz Media Productions is your online broadcast specialist. From meetings and special events to weddings, funerals and sport. Fitz Media's fully equipped mobile broadcast unit provides a professional, reliable live stream anywhere. Contact us today.
Woohoo! The footy's back, bigger and better than ever. Just like the boys at Peter Bolsh Bridgestone, now offering full logbook servicing and mechanical. With tyres starting from $60 and zip pay available. Why go anywhere else? Peter Bolsh Bridgestone, Ferry Street.
The Country Care Dental team listen, care and explain so you know you're in good hands. From no-gap cleaning to advanced procedures, they'll look after you. Open 8 to 7 weekdays in Hamilton and Camperdown. countrycaredental.com.au.
From trees to traffic, Carter Group is the home of fully trained arborists, offering tree removal, trimming and lopping of trees, along with on-site traffic management planners and high-quality traffic management. Visit cartergroup.com.au.
When building a new home, the first place to go is Greens Bricks and Windows. They stock PGH Bricks trend windows and doors with double glazing to all styles. Make the right choice. See Greens Bricks and Windows, 7 Robson Street, Warrnambool.
I'm Roma Britnell, your local Member of State Parliament. I'm working hard for you and for the South West Coast region to make sure we have a vibrant and prosperous place to live and work. I want to know what matters most to you, to hear your ideas on how to make South West Coast even better. You can email me, catch me on social media, or visit my office in Liebig Street. I'm here to work for you.
Authorised by Roma Britnell MP, 94 Liebig Street, Warrnambool, funded from parliamentary budget.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. That's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun don't.
3 steps: design, plan and construct. Smith & Son Renovations and Extensions take care of all 3 steps to provide you with a smooth and cost-effective process. See Nathan and the team at Smith & Sons, Ferry Street, quality builders and reno specialists.
Did you know that Badeness Rural have 3 agronomists and an experienced in-store team to help service the needs of their clients? With the right advice and the latest in agriculture technology, they provide a tailored service specific to your farm needs. Helping you boost production and keeping costs in check is what they do best. From on-farm agronomy to decades of expertise in-store to help you get the best results. Call in and see them today. Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
On 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for Harvey Norman Computers, Carter Group and Peter Bolsh Bridgestone.
Welcome back to the Friendly Societies Park as both sides are just warming up, South Warrnambool and the Portland Tigers. Umpires are just going through their final preparations as well, and we are ready for bounce down round 18 of the Hampden Football Netball League. The live stream is up, so welcome to all our viewers watching on the 3BFM Facebook page, the live stream. Hopefully you enjoy the coverage and we get to witness a pretty good game. Ice Carlson, thoughts and tip for this afternoon's clash?
I think South Warrnambool will win. Just one of the main reasons is this ground. They choke you here. They're so good at playing it. And Portland would have done a bit of work on that, but it's still, no matter how much work you've done on it, you've got to be able to execute it. And I'd love to see Portland, play an improved game today and just get themselves into some form for finals. But, gee, I find it hard to see South Warrnambool getting rolled today. And I reckon they'll be a grand finalist as well. Possum going a step further, so you'd nearly think they would be winning today.
Yeah, I agree with your eyes. I think South will be too strong. I hope it's close. So,
yep.
We want to see a good, entertaining contest and, plenty of argy-bargy, good fair argy-bargy, and we want to see a couple of teams go at it. And as you said, South, they're one of the main fancies, aren't they? And they'll be looking to make a statement today and get the job done. I think they will. But as I said, I hope it's close.
I've got to say, conditions pretty good. We had quite a bit of overnight rain. Always chops up if you get it through the day, which I don't think we're going to get today. But conditions are pretty good, really.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Sam Kelly going to lead the ruck duties this afternoon. The smell man played his 150th only a fortnight ago, and the Roosters are kicking to the abattoirs end or the western end of the ground, whilst the Portland Tigers will kick to the city end. Post, you were down there all thanks to Rent for Keeps. Any advantage to either end?
It's pretty still. Probably the town end, which generally is hilly, but pretty still. Kelly in the ruck, does that then assume, as we're looking out there, that Bridgewater won't play?
Yeah, I don't think Bridgewater's in.
I think he's out. Yeah.
Rightio, let's get it underway. Round 18, Hampden Football League action. Malcolm up against Kelly, and a nice tap down straight to Toby Jennings. It's McIntyre inside forward 50 for the Tigers. Williamson just lunged off his player and was able to get the football. Kicks across the face of goal, and they're well organised. A nice kick there to Isaac Thomas. He'll go short by foot to Braden Becks, the pharmacist.
Here they are already with this little short stop game.
Archie Stevens, who was knocked out of his hand, picked up by Williamson. Over the head of Becks, good pressure. Mitchell's there for the Tigers. They're asking, he took it over the boundary line without much pressure, but the umpire said it's a boundary throw-in. 30 around from the Portland Tigers goal.
And they are, that game they play is so reliant on their kicking skills being spot on, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and there was a mistake there, wasn't there, Rise? So a throw-in. Over the top was Beck's got the tap there. Could have been a pushing it back to Portland. Notice of the umpire. Ball comes out there towards Shepherd. So Aaron Shepherd flying shot for goal. It's spinning around, but not enough. And through for one behind on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. First score of the afternoon here at Friendly Societies Park this afternoon. One behind to the Portland Tigers. The Roosters are yet to score in this first quarter on Hampden League Live today, boys. Brought to you by Sungold Milk, that magnificent fresh local milk.
Weir couldn't take the mark. Nice bit of work there by Hampshire to Jennings. He's been busy early. Weir up the ground. He's going to get some miles in the legs. Jennings tries to bash through. That's almost holding the ball for mine. He had a few chances. And the result, free kick to the Roosters in the end through to Galashan. Gets it to a teammate. McCluggage wasn't one of his best. Weir got the handball to Rantel, one of their most improved players. Almost on the half volley was Becks. Here's Hussey, breaks through. High up and under kick inside, forward 50. A little bit of hanging on there to Die. He kicked 5 last time these two sides met. Squares up the kick, and a nice kick almost there to Kelly. Couldn't quite grasp the mark. And a good bit of defensive work there by the Tigers in the end. They're 40 out from the Roosters' goal, and Ice Kelson, just their A-graders, looking a little bit dangerous early, the Roosters.
Absolutely. So Kelly might be going to do a bit of ruck and then go straight virtually to full forward, Hilly. So, it'd be interesting to see what role he actually plays there today.
Yeah, and of course they'll get a bit of a chop out as well from Weir in the ruck. He did a little bit in defence there just before, so they're going to share it around a bit. The ruck duties, the Roosters. So there's the ball up. Getting the front position was Malcolm. It came down there towards Toby Jennings. Got it out wide. Handball was good. Got it back to Jennings. He's running. Kicks down the wing. Getting back over the top was a good spoil by Harry Lee. He's forced it over the line out of bounds. Wing position on that far outer side here this afternoon at the Friendly Societies Park. Good conditions. Good start by the Tigers. They've just got the one behind on the board, but they're getting plenty of the footy, and they're trying to clog up the Roosters' run. As I said earlier on, they like that little chip and run game, but so far, for Senate stats, the Portland Tigers have been up to the task.
Yeah, and where they might get an advantage is Ben Malcolm in the ruck, given South's main man's out of action, and I think if you can get your hands on it here through the middle of the ground, through the ruck contest, then you're a long way towards belting the ball. It's really only a kick and a half to go forward to goal, isn't it?
Yep. Nice kick inside, forward 50 there. They were looking for Dunlop, Richardson, but just took it a little bit out wide, and a free kick will go to Williamson. So Williamson now looking to where the next kick's going to go. He can go short of McCluggage, or he can go a little bit longer outside D50. He decides to go to the ladder. High kick. The target's a nice strong mark taken there by Harry Lee. Straight away to Archie Stevens. Open forward line. It's going to be Jack Dye up against Jenner. Lost his footing, Dye. Jenner kept his footing. Got his handball out to his teammates. And I reckon that might be Harvey, or it might be a late inclusion. Jenner got the 1-2. Jackson, he's had a terrific season. They get to Stutchbury. Back to Jackson. Brings it out to this top side wing. Got some meterage on the kick, and it looks like Mullen's happy to concede. He is. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 80 out from the Portland Tigers goal. On the Shojin Concrete scoreboard, we've played 4 minutes, and it's the Tigers up by 1 point.
Well, I just love the fact that the Tigers are playing with confidence and flair. Poss, they're taking them on here at South right from the very start, which is a good sign. I'd say we're in for a good game here.
Yeah, absolutely. So the advantage went to Saunders, who got it down there towards Ben Rantel. Getting first to it there for Portland was Proctor, but holding the ball, said the umpire. So it's going to go to Saunders. He'll go inboard to Becks. It's Braden Becks. Oh, little finger breaker there. Took a good mark at ground level, and he's found Rantel. Rantel's about 60 metres out, goes short, looking for Dye, a little bit too much on the carry there. The ball came over the top, went out there towards Harry McIntyre, kick to the centre, marking contest, up they go. Big spoil from behind by South. Getting onto it there was Jackson Dunlop for Portland, but he couldn't pick it up. Now the Stacks on the mill, umpire will come in and ball it up almost in the centre of the ground here at the Friendly Society Park here this afternoon. Hampden League live action, first quarter action brought to us by Sungold Milk. So ball up, it's going to be Weir and Malcolm. Weir got the tap, overrunning it for South there was Stevens. The ball fell through to McIntyre for Portland. So an inside 50 opportunity here for the Tigers. May have been huddled onto, he was. So that'll go to Martin Curtis. So little Curtis playing well early, the Tigers. Little short kick's a good one too, and he's found Hampshire. So big Hampshire, and that's the first mark inside 50 from either side for Senate stats, and big Hampshire will go back and attempt to put the first major on the board for Portland here this afternoon. So they've opened their account pretty well, have the Portland Tigers, and we're ticking into about 6 minutes on the Battery World Time Clock first quarter action here this afternoon. So Hampshire, deliberate shot at goal. He'll kick from about 45, almost 50 metres by the time he gets there. Nice looking kick off the boot. I tell you what, it's gone straight over the umpire's hat for a goal. So first blood to the Tigers. Shojin Concrete scoreboard 1-1-7. Portland leading the Roosters, who are yet to score, and they're up to the task early, as I said a little earlier on, because they're getting plenty of the footy and sharing it around pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely they are, and as I said, they're playing with confidence. What they have to do is keep being instinctive. They're not frightened to be bringing that ball back through the central corridor, and that's what South do a lot. You've got to make sure your kicks hit, because both sides here will punish you, I think, if you turn the ball over. But so far, love the way Portland started.
Yeah, direct long play, absolutely the key here. Huppets is in the ground. Here's Stevens. He's had a little bit of early. Shannon Beck's inside, forward 50. Kelly's the target up against Edwards. Couldn't get the mark. Kelly got the handball out. Rantel trying to create something. Henderson in there as well. Plenty of plays around the contest, and we'll have a stoppage 25 metres out from the Roosters' goal. 74 boys for the Portland Tigers. Just jumped on their number list. I think it might be Carson Edwards, but we might try and find that out at quarter time. So it might be a late inclusion for the Portland Tigers. So Malcolm's going to do the ruck work. He does it all by himself. Got the tap down. They get the clearing kick there through Edwards. Leap sets himself, almost took the one-headed mark. Out the back there is Jackson. He's had a super year. Hampshire, deflected handball. Weir was busy, and there's plenty of players around the contest. They're trying to get out through Shepherd. Here's Harry Lee. He's got the handball out, but it was dispossessed, and it was gathered there by Richardson. High to Curtis, and he'll get the resultant free kick, and they'll try and manufacture something here. And first in for the footy for mine at the moment, the Tigers.
Yeah, and they're not, as I said, not frightened to go through the middle, even though they know Lee is in the middle trying to play that blocking role through there, but they're still not frightened to be kicking the ball through the middle, and I reckon it's a pretty brave effort here from Portland at the minute. Curtis's kick went inside 50. It's grabbed by Sharp. Tapped over the top there by McCluggage for South, so they'll relieve off half-back through Saunders. Good kick out wide. It's going to find Stevens. He's in a little bit of space. If he's able to run, he does. He kicks down the line looking for Henderson. Ricky Henderson marks. Just forward side of centre wing. He'll give it back to Stevens, who kept running. Here's a chance now for Stevens if he can run onto it. He's got 3 Tigers to compete with, and a good tackle wrapped up there by Josh Jenner, and it forces the ball over the line, out of bounds, right in front of the Social Club here this afternoon at the Friendly Societies Park. So 1-1-7 the Tigers. The Roosters are yet to score, so boundary throw-in. It's going to be Bex up against Malcolm. A little shallow throw-in favoured Malcolm. He got it out there towards Shepherd. Shepherd got it further afield to Curtis. He couldn't pick it up. Coming over the top there was Shepherd again, and in fact they're going on free kick.
They're first in here at the minute.
They are, and Daniel Jackson goes out wide. Good kick too. He finds McIntyre. McIntyre got it further afield. Here's an opportunity on just outside 50, and a good mark taken out there by Zach Stutchbury or Stutchbury, depending on how you erase Tread Hill.
Here we go, long inside, forward 50, Sharp waiting in the back. Weir's there, Jackson can work around the body he goes, and just missed it narrowly for a minor score, but good roving.
Almost a gimme too, wasn't it?
It was. He had a little bit of space there, and they go out to an 8-point lead, 1-2-8 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. 9.5 minutes gone on the Battery World time clock, and they're playing long and direct, and they're moving it fast, the Tigers, and that's a little bit wide, and a free kick's going to go here to the Portland Tigers through Haylock. So good pressure here, and I like they're not sort of pushing too far up the ground. They're just keeping numbers back a little bit too, just to ensure when they get the counter punch there from the Roosters.
And you know what's letting South down a little bit? Wasn't that a mark? I don't know. Their kicking skills, which are normally
the hallmark of their game,
very proficient at, they've just let them down a little bit here so far.
Absolutely, but we've only played 10 minutes, so still a lot to occur. But the Tigers are going nicely at the moment. So it's Weir. He'll do the ruck work. Malcolm's the other nominated ruckman for the Portland Tigers. What a player he's been. Good tap out. Jennings been busy. Goes inboard. Finds it teammates. And that's young Charlie Harvey. Who'll go out wide with a handball. Not his best effort that time around. Goes in for another crack at it. Coming out there beautifully with Stutchbury. Curtis. Busy. Over the top. Stutchbury has to get rid of it quickly. Oh, it's holding the ball. Good tackle there in the end. And they're going to get it going once again, the Roosters.
Yeah, and they'll do it out there through Jonah Marr. So his kick goes inside 50. Up they go. Kelly couldn't take the mark. Falls to ground. Hussey couldn't control it. Portland will defend again. They're doing it very well. There's a chance out there now. This is Jenner. Goes down the line. A little too much carry on the kick, and the reading it better is Miles McCluggage. So he goes inboard looking out there for Galachan. Galachan got it to Harry Lee. Off and running. Kicks it inside 50. Up they go. All Portland getting back there, but Kelly took a good mark in front of, in between a couple of them there. He was outnumbered, so a good mark, and their first mark inside 50, the Roosters. So Kelly's going to go short a lead. It's not a good kick. Not a good kick at all to Shannon Bex, and it's gone over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket. Probably would have been better off for Sinnott Stats Eyes getting that to the top of the goal square.
At worst, centralise it, don't you? He was probably even within kicking range, to be honest, but it was a bad choice, I think.
Yeah, it was. So it'll be a boundary throw, and it's going to be Bex and Malcolm. So Bex looks like he's going to do most of the ruck work in the forward line for South this afternoon. He got the tap out. It came to ground. First to it there for the Roosters was that Weir down there. He couldn't quite control it anyway, and the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds again. So we'll have another boundary throw in, and again it'll be Bex and Malcolm. So big Benny Malcolm in the shoulder, much of the ruck load today, you would think, for the Portland Tigers. He's got front position. Bex gives him a bit of a nudge, got the tap down, reading it best there for the Roosters. It comes out there towards Marr again, so gives it to Galachan, a big high up and under marking contest. Up they go. Standing their ground was Portland. Over the top was Haylock. He couldn't control it. Ball spills free. Might have been pushing it back to Portland. Noticed the umpire, and he'll come in and ball it up about 15 metres around from the South Warrnambool goal, and they're attacking
and looking to score because they haven't yet. And we're 12 and a half minutes, battery wheel time clock, first quarter action, Sungold Milk.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to the McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Let's go up to Camperdown. Camperdown taking on the North Warrnambool Eagles, and Skeeter Cannon's our man. Skeet, what's the latest?
Yeah, about 20 minutes into the first quarter, Hilly, and it's North Warrnambool 6-3-39, leading Camperdown yet to score.
Oh, gee, a good lead there from the North Warrnambool Eagles. Let's go up to Cobden. Henry Robinson's looking after Cobden and the Terang Mortlake Bloods. And Henry, what's the latest update, mate?
G'day, boys. We're about 25-minute mark of the first quarter. Cobden 3-4-22, leading Terang Mortlake 2 goals straight, 12.
Nice game up there at Cobden. Port Fairy take on the Hamilton Kangaroos, and Matt Dunn's our man. Dunny, what's the latest in your game over at the Gardens Oval?
Yeah, we're coming up the 25-minute mark. Kangaroos are 4-4 and Port Fairy on 3-1.
Oh, gee, a nice game over there as well, as you called too.
Come on, Port, you've got to be leading at quarter time. Eh?
And our last game up at the Reed Oval, Warrnambool taking on the Croydon Saints. Ants Marnie's our man on the spot. Ants, what's the latest?
Yeah, just halfway through the first quarter, Warrnambool 2-1-13 to Croydon 1-1-7.
Gee, some good close games to start off round 18, that is for sure. Back here, it's the Tigers 1-2-8, leading South Warrnambool yet to score. And it's going to be Jonah Marr trying to square something up, and he's got Gallish, and he's been told to stop there by Beck because he had some trouble on his tail. So he'll go down to the half-forward line. Oh, Henderson thought someone else was coming, lost it in the end. He might end up with it. He could tap down even to Kelly. And they're defending really grimly here, the Tigers, and in numbers. It's the youngster and Edwards, goes short in by foot, finds Shepherd right inside the centre square. They can go out wide with a few options. Kick has to be good.
Hasn't he?
Absolutely. Curtis fell. He can get the handball to draw a player if he wants him there, but not the option he decides to go with. Curtis has been busy. Goes to the half-forward line. Kick has to be good. Over the head of Hampshire, working back is Mullen. He's got a little bit of time to get rid of it. Lee has to get through Huppets now. Pressured handball there. Trying to chase it down to Saunders. It end up in the hands of Becks, and they'll try and clear through Shannon Becks, who's still in D50, about 40 metres out from his defensive goal.
Yeah, pressure with the footy by Portland. Pressure on the Roosters has been really good, and there's another turnover here because it's come out to Toby Jennings. He'll have a flying shot for goal. I think he's kicked it. He has.
He's class.
Put that one down for a Lucas Brothers Butcher snag of the day contender here this afternoon. The second on the board for the Tigers. So they go to 2-2-14. They lead the Roosters, who are yet to score an eyes. I think a lot of this has been brought about by the pressure of Portland on the ball carrier. You mentioned that South like to chip it around, but they've been onto them every time, haven't they?
Exactly. It's all right to say that their kicking skills are letting them down, but that's coming with pressure. And gee, I love the poise of Jennings. That was just
he's a player, isn't he?
Off
He's
about
a player.
2 steps, he put it on his left boot and it sailed through, mate. He's a good player, but I reckon they've had a dream start from Malcolm in the ruck. He's been fantastic. You spoke about Curtis, great. Shepherd, he's just having a crack, Portland, and as I said, a long way to go in this game, but they're on top at the minute.
They are indeed, and of course our boundary reporting this afternoon, despite the fact that we haven't got ones down there for rent for keep, so we'll give them a shout out, no doubt, in the afternoon throughout the day, Trent Hill.
Maybe our special comments, our sponsor this afternoon, I reckon. So when we go to guys,
you might be down to 2 shortly, so that's all good.
Hey, coming through there was Becks, got the handball out. McIntyre being one of their big improvers, goes out wide, and Edwards, he'll draw the player in further ahead, back to McIntyre, goes on the left inside, forward 50, flying is Mitchell, couldn't bring it down. There's Tommy Sharp chasing it along with Harry Lee. Shepherd's there as well, and 40 metres out is the destination from the Portland Tigers end, and we'll have a stoppage with umpire Nicholas Ross Watson. So it's 14 points the margin. The Portland Tigers have looked sharp early. Hampshire got the tap down. Coming there roving was Curtis. Got the boot on the ball. Got it further down the ground. Looking for a teammate in Lovell. Pressure applied there, and that's a free kick. Ooh. Too high. Over the shoulder of Williamson. And he'll get it for the Roosters deep in their defensive 50.
He does, as the great Philip Mitchum just walked past us down below eyes. He must be in for a big day. He's got about 7 stubby holders.
He's passed one to Terry Becks. Well, you know it's going to get used, that's for sure. But he's looking after the public bitch, isn't he?
He's doing a great job. Meanwhile, back at the footy, there's a chance for South, and they just they've had a little bit of trouble getting it out of that back half. So they try to do it through Mullins. Mullins got it to Thomas. Thomas went wide. And that far outer side mark taken by Harry Lee. He goes down the line, but Big Malcolm's going to judge it better than everyone else, but he got absolutely poleaxed in the process. And a free kick and a 50-metre penalty for a bit of descent there.
Yeah, it must have been a mouthful, I think.
Yeah, so that might have been against Weir, was it, out there? But, gee, that was a courageous effort by Malcolm. He read the ball so well, eyes down there. Malcolm. And for Arts and Kay, we'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure he's okay. But he just read that ball and then committed himself to it. It was terrific.
And possibly if you watch Malcolm, and he does the same at Portland, he doesn't wander far from the
square,
the square or that direct line. You never see him on the wings too much or whatever. He's just a great reader of the footy.
So he's coming in for Portland's third of the afternoon. If he's successful, it's gone across the goal. It won't make the distance. Now there's a fight at ground level. First onto it there was the Tigers. That was Dunlop. The retread. But there'll be a ball up, and it's going to be that ball up's going to be about 25 metres out from the Portland goal. They're doing all the attacking, and they're kicking to the town end here this afternoon. Sun Gold Milk first quarter on Hampden League Live today. Up they went. Weir got the tap down. Nicely taken again by Jennings. He spun out of trouble. He got the freak. He got the handball across there to his teammate in McIntyre. Had a flying shot for goal, but he's missed to the right. So one behind to the Tigers. 2-4. 16 of the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. They lead the Roosters, who are still yet to score. And we have played on the Battery World time clock, just ticking into nearly 19 minutes, Trent Hill.
And just for listeners, Poss, no real bruise here. If anything, the slightest effort might even be favouring where Southmore was kicking to the midfield meat end, but that's if there's any. So there's absolutely no excuse for not being on the scoreboard.
Oh, gee, that's a well-weighted kick. Just patience personified there by Toby Jennings. He took the intercept mark, just waited for some room to be created in that forward 50, and a beautiful lace-out kick in the end, and he finds Jackson Dunlop, who's going to have a shot for their third goal, 35 metres out, slightish angle-eyes, and is a notable goal kicker. So Dunlop, to extend the lead out to 21 points, comes in, stops props, and just pushed it to the left, and it's probably a bit of a let-off in the end, and a minor score. So 2-4-16's the score. 19 and a half minutes gone on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard and Battery World time clock. And, geez, they've dominated this quarter for mine.
And you know what? They should have had a couple more on the board, and that can always come back to bite you too early, because South at some stage are going to kick into gear. There's no doubt. But we spoke about how clinical Portland, I think, have to be here against South. Well, there's certainly that. And that was a good example of it. They just waited until they had a free man and they weaved their way through that South defence, which they've been doing.
Free kick there in the end of Braden Becks. Just got collected a little bit high and probably nearly almost, if the tackle was correctly thrown,
he'd have been gone.
He would have been gone. So McCluggage has the ball in hand. He'll go short by foot. And just they're just trying to work their way through the matrix here that the Portland Tigers are setting up through their defensive setups. Sam Thompson still inside D50 for the Roosters. 20 minutes has ticked over. He'll go short by foot. Good kick, finds Saunders. Jeez, he's got Rantel up here on the top side, but it's probably just a little bit too far of a kick to try and spot him. Now he's been manned up by Richardson. So Saunders goes short by foot. And I'll tell you what, I'm liking the way they're setting up their defensive end. And they spoke about it in the pre-game with Jared Holt. He knows the way the Roosters like to move the football, and they're trying to ensure that they're counteracting that.
Well, they've got nowhere to go.
Nah.
It's almost the choke in reverse, isn't it? Yeah. They're choking them back.
Williamson, he'll go out, and he found a spot there in Becks. He can go further ahead to Lee. Kick has to be spot on. And again, the pressure applied by the Tigers has caused the turnover, and Richardson will get the free kick.
And what they're doing too, eyes for Senate stats, is that they're allowing South to have those little chip kicks, aren't they, in that sort of that 35-metre area. They're allowing them to have those kicks, and they're pushing numbers back, which is really good.
And I'll tell you what else I reckon they're aware of. They're aware that Harry Lee's their link-up man through the middle, and they're happy for South Warrnambool to use him, but they're onto it every time.
Yeah, and as we speak, Tommy Sharp has taken a mark, and he's no more than about 20 metres out, only in a slight angle, right underneath the Shojin Concrete scoreboard, and he's looking to add his first and Portland's third of the afternoon. They're dominating this first quarter. We're nearly 21 minutes in on the Battery Wheel time clock, so Sharp comes in, deliberate shot at goal, no problem whatsoever. So 3 on the board early for the Portland Tigers. They go to 3-4-22 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. They lead the South Warrnambool Roosters who are yet to score. And again, turnovers caused by pressure, eyes, and a goal results.
And there's a great man down in front of us, Mick Finnegan. Now, why he's here at South Warrnambool? It must be a better bar or something, is there? I'm not sure, but great to see Mick at the footy. But, gee, this is a great start from Portland. As I said, realistically, they probably should have 5 goals on the board, and to have South scoreless, I didn't see this coming, to be honest. I mean, it's, as I said, plenty of footy to be played, but, gee, a good start.
I'll tell you what, though, it's a team effort, but, geez, the likes of Shepherd and also, too, Jennings, Curtis, they've been some real ball winners, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, and it's the ruckman giving them that ball, isn't it?
Saunders, short kick, centre-half forward is where Henderson marks. Inside forward 50, Kelly is launching himself, couldn't quite take the mark. Haylock did extremely well, and that's a boundary throw in inside the forward 50 for the Roosters, which has been probably a little bit scarce in this first term, all thanks to Senate account stats. So boundary umpire will throw it in about 25 metres around from the Roosters' goal. They trail by 22. They haven't even scored yet, the Roosters. They are zip, zip, zip.
And I reckon at this stage of the game versus North Warrnambool, South had probably 8 marks inside 50.
Yep.
They've had 1 here so far today. It's a completely different game.
And they've been in 10 times without scoring too, so that says something for Portland's defence as well.
Yep.
So Hussey inside the centre square. Where will he go? Again, they're just plugging the holes, aren't they, the Tigers? Proctor sorts himself out with a big fist. Read nicely by Becks. Around the corner with the chip kick, trying to find Dye. He goes to the boundary line and he has no room to move. And again, Poss will have another boundary throw in. So I love this squeezing him out wide.
Oh.
And they've just got nothing to send to the kicks with.
They're just not getting the footy in a dangerous position, South.
It'll be Hampshire this time up against Becks. So Haylock having a bit of a spell. Now there's a free kick being picked out of this. It's going to Portland. Not sure what happened there. I think it's against Sam Kelly off the ball. So the free kick's going to go to Hampshire.
Didn't see it either, Poss.
No, so he squares it up. Or dangerous. Henderson's getting back on it. They got numbers here. The Roosters, they should score from this. Henderson picks it up, but he goes to ground, hands and knees.
The defender did a good job.
And he did in the end. He's paid holding the ball. And it's a free kick to Portland. So that's a great effort there because they're under siege there. They're outnumbered and they've ended up winning the footy. And they go wide again, but that's gone too far and it's gone over the line and out of bounds on the full. And the relieving free kick out there will go around the ground shortly. I think that's Hussey out there. So James Hussey. He's
tough kick, this one.
It is. It's about 40. He's going short on a lead, looking for Henderson. He couldn't take the mark, or did he? Yes, he did. He's taken the mark. So Henderson, an opportunity here for the Roosters to put their first score on the board at least. It's a tight angle, but he'll kick from about 25, 30 metres out, right in front of the Harvey Norman sign out there. They're magnificent sponsors of Hampden League Live, are Harvey Norman computers, so get out there and get one if you need one. But this first quarter action brought to us by Sungold Milk this afternoon. So here's Henderson, 35 metres out, comes in, deliberate shot, drop punt on its way, looking pretty good. No, it's just faded to the left and one behind. The first score on the board to the Roosters has come at almost the 26-minute mark of the first quarter, and the battery wheel time clock shows you concrete scoreboard 3-4-22. That's Portland leading South Warrnambool, who are one behind.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeety Cannon's looking after Camperdown and North Warrnambool. And Skeet, what's the latest?
Yeah, it's quarter time here, Healy. It's North Warrnambool 9-5-59, leading Camperdown, no score.
Gee, that's an impressive first term, Skeet.
Yeah, no, they kick him with a pretty strong win, but yeah, it was pretty impressive first quarter.
Let's go to Cobden and Terang Mortlake. Henry Robertson. Henry, the latest in yours, mate?
3-minute mark of the second quarter. Cobden 3-6-24, leading Terang Mortlake 2 straight 12, but Will Kane's just lining up for what would be his third goal of the game.
Jeez, he's in a rich bit of form, the Kane train. Hamilton take on Port Fairy over at the Gardens Oval. Matt Dunn's our man. Dunny, what's the latest?
Yeah, quarter time, Kangaroos were up 6-6-42 and Port Fairy on 3-1-19, but Mirkovic has just kicked a goal on the first 20 seconds of the second quarter. So they're 4-1-25 to 6-6-42.
Beautiful work, a nice game over at the Gardens. And last but not least, Ants Marnie, the man who's looking after Croy, take you on the Warrnambool Blues up the Road Oval. Ants, what's the latest?
Yeah, no, good solid game here. Croy to 3-4-22 to Warrnambool 2-1-13. Warrnambool got a shot on goal right as I'm talking. And she's 26 minutes gone.
Beautiful work. Back here at the Friendly Societies Park, it's the Tigers by 21 points, 3-4-22 to one behind, 27 minutes gone. Now it's Lovell with the ball in hand. He'll go longer down the line, trying to find Sharp, and a nice defensive punch there by Sam Thompson for the Roosters. Good round of footy so far, boys. Some nice tight games around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group, Ice.
Yeah, for sure. Are we going to get any sort of update from Mortlake?
Yes, we are. We're going to try and get Steph Townsend, who's up there. We'll get some scores from Pam Muir and Kalora Nurat as well.
Beautiful.
So boundary throw-in. No one got the clear tap down. Hampshire chased it up, tried to paddle it forward. In there is Curtis. He's been busy. Hampshire comes out with that Lovell inside forward 50. Sharp on the lead, and he takes the mark. He's been a great sharpshooter all season. He's kicked 75 goals. He'll look to share it off. Curtis is all by himself, just too much on the kick. Mitchell's there. Sock it off there behind Curtis, trying to grab it. A gang of Roosters have jumped on him, and we'll have a stoppage inside forward 50. And well, Sharp, it might have just been a little bit beyond his distance, but,
it was. But
had he got Curtis, gee, it could have been danger time.
Be absolutely spot on, didn't it? Well, you could do worse than kicking at Curtis because he's on fire in the early stages of this game this afternoon. Here's a chance there for McCluggage, but he's wrapped up in a tackle, and umpire Steve Walker will come in and say, "Give it to me, boys. I'll pull it up." It's about 40 metres, 35, 40 metres out from the Portland goal. They're doing all the attacking. Up it goes. Tapped out by Weir, came to Hussey. He's tackled but evades, got it out there. That was nicely done. Long kick down the line was by Marr, and a good mark getting back to and taking it there for the Portland Tigers is Paul Proctor. And just down there for Arts and K, boys, we'll have to keep a bit of an eye out because there's an injury and there's a Portland player down on his haunches.
Might be just winded, I think.
He might be. He's getting to his feet now. In the meantime, there's a 50-metre penalty here against Portland. So I think that player down is Cade Lovell. Just keep an eye on him for Arts and K down there, boys. We'll see.
Yeah, winded, I reckon.
Back on his feet now.
Sucking the air.
It's going to be a deliberate shot for goal here. In fact, that injured player down there was Joshy Edwards. So the kick on its way. It's a good-looking kick too. It's by Henderson. That was Jed Henderson, but it's faded to the right. It's gone through for one behind. Second on the board for South Warrnambool here this afternoon. They go under 2 behinds, 2 points. They trail the Portland Tigers by 20 points. They're on 3-4-22. We've ticked into almost 30 minutes on the Battery World Time Clock. Sungold Milk. First quarter action here, Hampden League Live this afternoon.
And that ball's in the hands of Curtis once again. If we're talking Matthews Petroleum, he'd be certainly in contention because he's had a great start to the game. Haylock with ball in hand now for the Tigers, still in D50, so you'd be thinking that quarter time's not far away. The Tigers lead by 20 in this round 18 encounter. Goes across the face of goal. Jennings on the left boot. He's just comfortable on both sides of the body and finds Edwards. So he's on the top side, half-back flank. He has to go short by Forge, and there's the siren to mark the end of the first term here at the Friendly Societies Park. And a quarter dominated by the Portland Tigers. They kicked 3 goals for 22 to the Roosters, 2 behind. They applied some great pressure. Really were first in for the footy, and Ice Carlson were dominant over the quarter.
Yeah, they were. They dominated through that corridor, didn't they? That central corridor where they were happy to feed the footy, and South Warrnambool were more like just struggling to get it past them. Like, as I said, it was like well, you'd swear they had different jumpers on because South usually play that brand of footy, and Portland are beating them at the minute at their own game. So they're just finding it hard to penetrate Portland. The back line was terrific. We've spoken about how good some of those blokes in and around, in the ruck and on ball have been, like Curtis. But, gee, their back line's been good, Portland, too. They've repelled nearly every attack, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been absolutely terrific. Goal kickers to quarter time, all singles for the Tigers. Sharp, Toby Jennings and Sam Hampshire, the goal kickers. We're going to take a break here on Hampden League Live. We'll come back with quarter 2 action here at the Friendly Societies Park, which sees the Portland Tigers lead by 20 points over the South Warrnambool Roosters.
Hampden League Live for Clinton Bolsh Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, Harvey Norman Computers, Sungold Milk and McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, 3YBFM.
If there's one thing us Aussies know, it's great coffee. Like the best ever McCafe blend. Expertly made by baristas for a smooth, rich taste that hits the spot every time. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Fitz Media Productions is your online broadcast specialist. From meetings and special events to weddings, funerals and sport. Fitz Media's fully equipped mobile broadcast unit provides a professional, reliable live stream anywhere. Contact us today.
Woohoo! The footy's back, bigger and better than ever. Just like the boys at Peterbosch Bridgestone, now offering full logbook servicing and mechanical. With tyres starting from $60 and zip pay available. Why go anywhere else? Peterbosch Bridgestone, Ferry Street.
The Country Care Dental team listen, care and explain so you know you're in good hands. From no-gap cleaning to advanced procedures, they'll look after you. Open 8 to 7 weekdays in Hamilton and Camperdown. countrycaredental.com.au.
From trees to traffic, Carter Group is the home of fully trained arborists, offering tree removal, trimming and lopping of trees, along with on-site traffic management planners and high-quality traffic management. Visit cartergroup.com.au.
When building a new home, the first place to go is Greens Bricks and Windows. They stock PGH Bricks trend windows and doors with double glazing to all styles. Make the right choice. See Greens Bricks and Windows, 7 Robson Street, Warrnambool.
I'm Roma Britnell, your local Member of State Parliament. I'm working hard for you and for the South West Coast region to make sure we have a vibrant and prosperous place to live and work. I want to know what matters most to you, to hear your ideas on how to make South West Coast even better. You can email me, catch me on social media, or visit my office in Liebig Street. I'm here to work for you.
Authorised by Roma Britnell MP, 94 Liebig Street, Warrnambool, funded from parliamentary budget.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop. Time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun up.
3 steps: design, plan and construct. Smith & Son Renovations and Extensions take care of all 3 steps to provide you with a smooth and cost-effective process. See Nathan and the team at Smith & Sons, Ferry Street, quality builders and reno specialists.
Did you know that Badeness Rural have 3 agronomists and an experienced in-store team to help service the needs of their clients? With the right advice and the latest in agriculture technology, they provide a tailored service specific to your farm needs. Helping you boost production and keeping costs in check is what they do best. From on-farm agronomy to decades of expertise in-store to help you get the best results. Call in and see them today. Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
On 3YB-FM, this is Hampden League Live for Harvey Norman Computers, Carter Group and Peter Bosch Bridgestone.
Welcome back to Hampden League Live. Our match of the day, South Warrnambool will take on the Portland Tigers, and quarter number 1 has ended, and we're just breaking up from the huddles, but it's a quarter that was dominated by the Portland Tigers, 3-4-22. It's leading South Warrnambool 2 behind. Possum Kelly, before we go on around the grounds with the District League finals, you got some sin-of-the-count stats for us.
Yeah, well, it was an even quarter in terms of inside 50s, Hilly, so it's 12 each, and the Roosters took 2 marks and Portland took 4, so that you could, so kudos to the Portland defence there. They held up really, really well. In saying that, South never really brought the ball inside their 50 terribly well at times. It was rushed in a lot of times, but that, I think, was brought about by the pressure through the midfield by Portland, which was very good. Portland's forward pressure too is very good. They defending very well in their forward line when South win the footy, and they're allowing South to have those little chip kicks sideways, which isn't really hurting them, and then they're setting up 30 to 40, 50 metres down each side in the corridor and not allowing South that easy exit. So they're certainly playing to a plan, if that's what the plan is, and it's working well at the moment, and they hold a 20-point lead.
Absolutely, playing a good brand of footy. Now, we've had to bid farewell to the great Greedy Eyes Kelson, not feeling 100%, a little bit of asthma and so forth, so we just said have the rest of the afternoon off, mate. So it's the dynamic duo, mate, Batman and Robin.
We need someone with the vest, Billy, to get it off.
That's right. So, but we'll get through. But a good first quarter there by the Portland Tigers, and I guess now the challenge is whether they can back it up now and ensure that the Roosters don't get some easy goals and they're able to kick a couple themselves, Poss.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to sustain this sort of level of footy for the entire game, because South will they'll definitely come at them. If it's not this quarter, it'll be some stage during the day.
Let's see what happens. Quarter number 2, brought to you by Badeness Rule, and the Roosters quickly out with the clearance. Braden Beck's on his wing, just turns around. Herman high up and under kick. It wasn't pretty, but he got it forward. Ball in the hands of Saunders, inside forward 50, on the lead, and Beck's tried 2 bites of the cherry, just couldn't quite grasp it. Irving chasing it like a really tenacious little terrier. He got it moving, but the Tigers are within numbers and happy just to hold it up and have that stoppage on that outer side half-forward flank, the right half-forward flank on the outer side wing, with the Roosters kicking to the city end this quarter. So 3-4-22 to 2 behind's a quarter-time score. Throw up, tapped down by Malcolm. He's dominating the hit-outs, that's for sure. Jennings has been busy, gathered by Braden Becks, and Herman goes inside forward 50 once again. Watch Becks fly, and Haylock, uncontested, takes a nice mark in front, and he's played a pretty important role for mine this afternoon so far. Poss?
He's reading the ball really, really well, but on that occasion, on cue, he's turned it over, and the mark's been taken by Ricky Henderson. So Henderson will go back now and try and put South Warrnambool's first goal on the board this afternoon. So a mark inside 50 for the Roosters to open this second quarter. 3-4-22, the Tigers, they lead the South Warrnambool team, who are on 2 points. We're a minute and a half in on the Battery World time clock. Second quarter action brought to you by Badeness Rural. All your rural and farm supplies out there, they do a mighty job, do the boys. So here's Henderson. He'll kick from just inside 50 when he runs in. Drop punt on its way. It's a wobbly old drop punt, which won't even make the distance in the end. Getting back in numbers was Portland. It's won by Stevens. He got a handball over the top to Hussey, but there was too much carry on it. Now the pressure comes from Portland, which has been really good. It's taken there by Richardson. Richardson had it stolen off him by Stevens, but he butted up when Stevens got it and applied a tackle. Put that one down as a Matt Kohaya highlight of the day, contender Trent Hill. So he lost the footy, did Richardson, and then he butted up after Stevens won it, and he affected the tackle and won himself a free kick. So he plays on, takes a bounce. He was going to go wide. Now it's a free kick down the ground for a late hit by Becks. That was Braden Becks on Richardson. So it was the free kick will be taken on the centre wing. It'll be by Portland, and it's taken out there by Jennings, playing a mighty game. That handball wasn't great because he turned it over to Saunders. Saunders under a little bit of pressure, got it back to Mullins. Mullins kicked down the ground, wasn't great. Surrounded by Roosters is Josh Jenner, but he won the foot. He did really well. Got it across to Edwards. So Edwards, centre wing, goes down the line. Coming over the top there, affecting the spoil, was Harry Lee, and it's gone over the line, out of bounds, almost in front of us here in the commentary position here this afternoon. Second quarter action, Hampden League Live, brought to you by Badeness Rural and the Shojan Concrete scoreboard. 3-4-22 Portland. They lead South Warrnambool 2 behinds, 2 points.
And they've got the debutant. He is a debutant Poss too, young Carson Edwards, playing his first game in the next, the number 74, and he's done some nice things already. Haylock trying to get the front position. Got the handball out to Jenner, who's been absolutely terrific in season 2022. Good kick. This fella's almost nearly been best man on the ground. Jennings, such a likely type. Goes inboard, a courageous kick. It has to hit, and a nice mark taken in the end. And they get it moving. That was Tommy Haylock. They go through a teammate. That was Harvey. Just a little bit too much on the kick in the end. An intercept mark taken there by Thompson. Goes to Weir. Weir playing up the ground and getting some miles in the legs. Predominantly plays that forward position. Looking for Kelly. Doesn't bounce favourably. Going in there is Jennings again. Sells the candy. Keeps it in. And it does a little bit of keepings off to McIntyre. He'll go long inside forward 50 now. Watch the fly from Sharp. Got the defensive spoil. Gathered by McCluggage. He slipped. and he sees the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So even their forwards are really hustling around the contest too, aren't they, Poss? And just not allowing South any free ball, whether it's going forward or going back.
No, absolutely, Hilly, and probably a little Matco highlight of the day contender out here with a little bit of jig from Toby Jennings. Got himself out of trouble. Boundary throw-in over the top when Hampshire got the tap down, came to Saunders. He couldn't do much with it. The ball spills back there towards Shepherd for Portland. Good kick to the top of the goal square. Marking contest, Sharps there, couldn't take it. Expecting the spoil was Henderson. That was Jed for South. Now there's a chance for him to relieve. It comes out to Gallichan. Corey Gallichan, good little kick, squared it up nicely, and it's been taken out there by Marr. So Jonah Marr on half-back for the Roosters. Portland into attack. Down the wing marking contest, Haylock and Kelly. Haylock got the front position. The ball went over the back there towards Jed Henderson for South, and the ball's been forced over the line and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Half-forward flank about 70 metres around from the Portland goal. They lead 3-4-22 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. The South Warrnambool Roosters 2 behinds, 2 points. We've played just over 6 minutes on the Battery Wheel time clock. Second quarter action here today brought to you by Badeness Rural and McDonald's. Get yourself down to Maccadee's for one of those magnificent meals.
I'll tell you what, I'm just watching Hampshire for the Tigers. Just a bit probably all thanks to Arts and K. Just at one of those last contests, just sort of landed a little bit awkwardly on his leg and very, very hobbly. So Sam Hampshire been a key contributor in that first quarter. Certainly don't want him going down to injury because he is a good target when they go in that forward 50 and that sort of secondary ruckman for Malcolm to have that rest. Throw up, we got the tap down. We're on the cusp of the 50-metre line for the Portland Tigers. Good tackle in the end by Tex Mitchell. Great to see the Texan back. A likely young fellow and can play a good brand of footy. So good to see him back in that number 39. So 20 points to the margin, 6 minutes gone. Shepherd leading the position, front position. Falling over there was Lee. Gathering was Weir. Gallishan, Shepherd crashes through, as is Mullen. Marr gets it, goes across the face. Has to be a good kick. Punched away in the end by Charlie Harvey. Good smother in the air. They got a little hand on it. Tommy Haylock just sort of sees it over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And again, defensively, their forwards playing a really nice brand, the Tigers, and just sort of keeping the ball inside their arc.
They are indeed. If Arts and K, Hilly, you're right. So Hampshire limping off, which is not great news for the Tigers. And did also not adding to Arts and K as well. Lockie Huppets was doing a few run-throughs too on the boundary, so just keep an eye on him. Here's a chance for Portland into an open goal. I think it's a kick off the ground. It is, and it's our man, Toby Jennings, put that one down Trent Hill for a Lucas Brothers Butcher snag of the day contender here this afternoon. They put their fourth on the board, do the Portland Tigers. And I tell you what, I got a chicken philo from Lucas Brothers Butchers last Sunday, Trent Hill, and it was absolutely magnificent. And I tell you what else is good too, their chicken sausages.
You're a chicken man, mate. You like the poultry?
Chris Butcher Shop in the southwest. So that's a magnificent goal. 4-4-28 of the Portland Tigers. They lead the South Warrnambool Roosters on 2 behinds, 2 points. And well, Toby Jennings, isn't he playing some sort of a game? Not often do we start talking about Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day this early, Hilly. But I tell you what, he's like a breakaway in the Melbourne and Warrnambool at the moment. So they get it out of the centre again. This is Curtis. He's been good too. A spoil out there was good by South Warrnambool. That was affected by Mullen. Here's a Chechi. They're precious. Great, Portland. They might win themselves a free kick here. Well, they know they won't. They'll ball it up, and it's about 25 metres around from their goal. They're doing all the attacking early in this second quarter.
Yeah, the midfield's on top, and they just keep building that wall and just not allowing South any easy ball outside D50. So for another inside forward 50, they're going to go up and do the ruck contest, and we got the tap down. Archie Stevens couldn't quite grasp it as he was running through, but he gets to the end, he sidesteps. Now we can just control the kick out of defensive 50. Bex is a target through his fingers. Proctor working back. He's got some assistance there from Haylock. Carson Edwards got the handball out to Haylock, and he'll go out further wide. Curtis just bombs it to a dump ball inside 50. Couldn't take the mark with Jackson. A little bit of soccer action just happening between the two sides, and then trying to manicure the kick off defensive half back. Archie Stevens, he finds Rantel. So Rantel just standing and just trying to assess where the best place to kick the football next, and he'll go just high, long down the line, and the numbers favour the Tigers. They've got 6 onto 3 there. Curtis now, who just go around the body, and they've just got options aplenty. Here's the young star in Stutchbury. Got the handball over the top to Huppert. He's back in the lineup. The assistant coach, Daisy Cutter, kick. Jackson tackled. That's holding the ball. Free kick to the Roosters, and they were off and going. The Tigers had he connected, so a good free kick in the end. And that's going to go to Jonah Maher across half-back.
Yeah, so Maher will leave off half-back for the Roosters. He'll go down the line, wing position. There'll be a marking contest. Getting in front there was Haylock. He couldn't take the mark. Fell to ground to Stevens of South Warrnambool. He went this way, that away, got it out there towards Rantel. Kicked down the line. Now there's a chase at ground level. First back on it. Beautifully done out there. That might have been by Proctor, I think. Got the handball over the top again. Got it to Haylock. Nice interception out there, though, by Bex. Kicks it off the ground. Only as far as that was Haylock again getting back. Here's a chance for South. Haylock again picks it up. Beautiful defence. Gets out of trouble. Kicks down the line. He's looking out there and he'll find Dunlop. Dunlop twisting and turning. Now the ball goes down the line. Marking contest. 2 groups of 2 there. It falls to the back. Weir might get it from behind. No good pressure by Portland. Ball falls to ground. It's picked up by Mullins. He couldn't control it. Now the ball's at ground level. They're diving in left, right and centre, and there'll be a ball up centre wing. Good entertaining game here today. And we've got an Arts and K medical update. Trent Hill, looks like Ricky Henderson coming off.
Yeah, just clutching his hand there, so his wrist or a finger, I don't know whether it's a dislocation or something a little bit more, but looks in a little bit of discomfort, Ricky Henderson. So that's not the type of news that the Roosters faithful would be wanting to see or hear. So hopefully it's only on the minor end of it. But Ricky Henderson, all thanks to Arts and K, just having, he'll get assessed by one of the medicos from the South Warrnambool Roosters. But, gee, they've been impressive in this first 10 minutes again, the Tigers. And it's on centre wing out of side. Huppert's got the handball out, went through the fingers of McIntyre. We'll stay with this player and see where it takes us. The Roosters takes a bounce. That was McCluggage. Inside forward 50. Kelly leading the charge. Just couldn't quite get it on the bounce. He does now. Works it back inboard. He finds Herman. Short kick, but it's going to be intercepted there by the first gamer and Carson Edwards from the Tigers. And they've just got no fluency going forward, the Roosters, at the moment. The Tigers are just on top. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. And Shepherd nearly took a great mark. And we'll go up to Camperdown. Camperdown taking on the North Warrnambool Eagles. And Sketty Cannon's our man. Skeet, what's the latest?
Yeah, about 15 minutes in the second quarter, Kelly, and Adam Wine's just lining up for a goal, and he's kicked it. So North Warrnambool go to 13-5-83, leading Camperdown. They've kicked 4 goals straight, 24.
Gee, they're looking good, the Eagles, out at Lura Oval. Let's go to Henry Robertson. Cobden taking on the Bloods. Henry, what's the latest?
We're 26-minute mark of the second quarter. Cobden 7-7-49 to Terang, 5 goals, 1-31, and Will Kane has kicked 5 for Terang.
He's a good player, Henry. He's a good player.
He is, mate. He is. He's going really well. Hasn't missed.
So a nice game at the Cobden. Let's go to Port Fairy in Hamilton. I believe this is out Melville Oval. Matty Dunn's our man. Dunny, what's the latest?
Yeah, that's right. We're at Melville Oval, and we're 24 minutes into the second quarter. Kangaroos are wasting some opportunities. They're 8-13-61. Port Fairy on 5-3-33, and Jack Jennings kicked a goal in his first senior game, and just before he's just about to line up for his second.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Great to see another first game. We get a chance at the Kangaroos. And Croyd take on Warrnambool up at the Reed, and Ants Marnie's our man. Ants, what's the latest?
Yeah, no, still a good tight game. Warrnambool 4-4-28, and Croyd is 7-6-48, and she's halfway through the second quarter, fellas.
Beautiful work. Back here, big kick to the goal square, and Bex takes the mark. And they need this one, South Warrnambool. It was kicked to the top of the square by Maxie Irving. And Shannon Bex takes a nice contested mark, and that's a Matt Go Higher highlight of the day contender. And, well, to say that they need a goal here is an understatement. They've only kicked the 2 behinds in the first 43 minutes of the game here, South Warrnambool, and if he can kick this, it just cuts it back to a 20-point margin, starting to get a bit more fluency moving forward with the footy of the Roosters. So Shannon Bex looking for his first major of the day. He'll kick from no more than 9 metres out, comes in and just works it around for a goal. It was a bit slewed off the side of the boot, but he gets his first, and the Roosters' first of the day. And it's back to a 20-point margin on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. The Tigers are 4-4-28. South Warrnambool 1-2-8. 13 minutes gone. on the Battery World time clock, and Poss, they needed that.
Well, they did. It's their first of the afternoon, Hilly, as you said. It's taken almost 14 minutes of the second quarter to bring up their first major. And look, I must admit, it's a little bit of an issue for me, South's scoring power. I think I've said it a bit during the year, and they will need to have their forwards firing come finals time, because you've got to kick a score, and irrespective of whether they go on and win this game, to have kicked only one goal halfway through the second quarter is just not up to the standard at the moment. So centre bounce, Haylock got the tap down. It came out there towards Shepherd. Aaron Shepherd's been good today, so is this little man in Curtis. His handball went out wide. It come back to Big Malcolm. Beautiful little tap down there to their advantage. Here's Hampshire's back on the ground too. Hilly, sorry. Yeah, that was Hampshire. So he's back on the ground, which is good. Inside 50. Good mark. Put that one down from Matco High, a highlight of the day contender. A beautiful contested mark out there by the little Portland player. Will pick him up when he turns around. But by gee, tell you what, they've got a lot of these little fleet of foot players.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
Oh, it's our man. It's our man, Toby Jennings. I tell you what, I'm going to have his footy card very soon, Hilly.
I'll tell you what, I reckon he's taken more vouchers than any player in this competition from our best on grounds and our awards. He's always got one each week we see him.
Well, he's going to go back and attempt to kick his third goal of the afternoon, and he is giving the South Warrnambool midfielders a merry dance at the moment. So in he comes. On its way, Jennings just slews to the right, and he's missed it. So a blemish for Toby Jennings this afternoon. He hasn't had many, so 4-6-30. That's the Portland Tigers and the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. They lead the Roosters through a 1-8, and we've played almost 16 minutes on the Battery World time clock. Second quarter action here this afternoon at the friendly Society's Park. Hampden League Live brought to you by Badeness Rural and McDonald's.
So it's Max Irving. He's deep in defensive 50. High up and under kick. Becks will be the target. Edwards got the punch away. Here's Shepherd. 45 on the run. Aaron Shepherd has a shot at goal and just pushed it to the right for another minor score. So they go out to a 22-point lead, the Portland Tigers. The highest they've been up is 26, and they're just maintaining that lead. So McCluggage will bring to the broadcast side, flying high, and another good contested mark is Jennings. Not his best kick going inside forward 50. Galliston tried a bit of Palais style to get it out of the defensive 50, jumping on it as Shepherd. But he's Eddie everywhere at the moment, Toby Jennings. If he's not kicking goals, he's taking big marks. If he's not taking big marks, he's just linking up play. He's our best player on the ground at the moment by an absolute country mile. So it's it's Malcolm up against Becks. Stutchbury trying to get his hand on the football. Dispossessed. Now it's Edwards. Smart kick. Oh, through the fingers there of Richardson. Thompson under a little bit of pressure, worked it backwards. Nice pick up by little Maxie Irving. He's tried to take him on, Poss. And a free kick to the Tigers, so things are just going their way.
Oh, their pressure's relentless, and that was proven by Gallichan trying to kick a goal, kick the ball out of mid-air there under pressure a little bit earlier on. So they're doing all the attacking Portland. Here's a chance now for little Curtis. He's been good today. Got it to Hampshire. Hampshire was brilliant with his handball. It went across there to Stutchbury. Stutchbury squares it up, and a good mark taken by Portland. He was going to play on
Richardson.
I think it's Richardson. So he's dead set in front, but he's going to kick from about 50. This will give us a bit of an indication on whether there's any breeze out there this afternoon. It doesn't appear to be. So Richardson comes in, drop punt on its way, not a great kick, got to the top of the goal square. Shannon Becks' judges are better than anyone else, and he comes out and takes a mark, and he'll relieve for South Warrnambool in the last line of defence. So they need to get things happening, the Roosters. So Becks, good kick, out of side, up they go, in front, almost took the mark again. The ball spilled free out there towards Joshy Edwards. And, well, a little bit of a how do you do there. They'll untangle themselves in a minute here, the boys, and the footy's down there somewhere. Stevie Walker will get it up and just throw it up.
Big scrum.
That's the way to do it. Up they go. So Becks is the only player that contested the footy. Took it, kicked it. Not a great kick. It went up and under. Haylock reads it best, got back. Under pressure from Weir, went to ground. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. He got a little handball out, which was good enough. Went out to his teammate in Tommy Haylock. And the umpire said, you're not going nowhere, son, and I'll ball it up to that far outer side wing here at the friendlies this afternoon. 4-6-30. That's Portland leading South Warrnambool 1-2-8. Up they go. Came down towards Curtis. I tell you what, he's not far behind Jennings either for best man on the ground. Here's a chance out wide for Williamson. He's in some space. He's clear of his opponent. He gathers. Left foot kick down the line, but it's all Portland. Getting back and judging it better is Haylock, and he's not doing too bad himself. Nice little grubber kick along the ground, favoured Huppets. So Huppets' kick goes down. He's 2-on-1. Harry Lee was first there for the South. A bit of an aggressive tackle. Let it go. He was going to pay it there for a minute, I think, Stevie Walker. So he gave Aaron Shepherd the benefit of the doubt of the tackle. But their attack on the footy and the man, Hilly, is absolutely fantastic.
As I tell you what, it's a different Portland Tigers that we've seen the last probably 4 to 5 weeks in the Hampden Football League. That is for sure. So Beck's got the tap down. Jackson almost extracted it from the contest. And again, they've just brought it 5 metres forward to the Tigers' 50. And they're doing everything right at the moment, the Portland Tigers. They've kicked 1 goal this quarter, and as have the South Warrnambool Roosters. Malcolm got the tap down. He's a key player, isn't he, for the Tigers? Harvey almost got the interception. Holding on, free kick, and it's going to go to South Warrnambool. So a bit of dragging on Braden Becks's jumper.
Hung on too long, I think, there, Hilly.
So he'll go to short kick, find Saunders. They'll run it through the corridor to Hussey. Hussey will go long inside 50. A big fly and a nice mark taken in the end there by Jet Herman. He'll look to play on quickly. Good kick, and he finds all by himself Sam Kelly. And Kelly will load up for his first goal of the afternoon. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. And a bit more fluency and a nice bit of play there through the corridor for the South Warrnambool Roosters. So 20 minutes has ticked over on the battery wheel time clock. Kelly looking to kick goal number 1, and just to bring this margin back to 16 points. So it's usually a beautiful kick of the football. 152nd game. Just launched out a little bit too much. Going to drop short. Big fly. Good mark in the end by Dylan Weir, I reckon it might be. And he's back in after a long time on the sideline due to a broken foot. And Weir takes a nice Matco higher highlight of the day contender. And he needs to kick this one just to get the Roosters back into this game. He'll kick from 12 metres out. Weir does not make a mistake, and that's their second of the day, Dylan Weir. They go to 2-2-14. The Tigers are 4-6-30 on the Shojin concrete scoreboard. And, well, a nice mark in the end resulted in a good goal and a much-needed goal for the Roosters.
Well, you called it, Hilly. It was quick ball movement off half-back. They won the footy off half-back and moved it quick. And previous to that, they've been chipping around trying to find that little avenue through. And I think they've realised, South, that if they're going to get through this Portland defence, which has been so tight this afternoon, they've got to move the ball quick. You'll start taking some risks now because, look, they're only trail, obviously, by 16 points. There's nothing in the game. But they've got to change the style they're playing at the moment, and they have to move it quicker, which they did then result in a goal. So they've been inside 50 now 7 times this quarter, South, for 5 marks too, which is a big contrast to their first quarter effort. So they've won the clearance here again. Come to Saunders. Saunders got it out there. Oh, good tackle. Great tackle applied there by Joshy Jenner, and that was on Dye. He tried to evade, but well done out there by Jenner. He squares it up out there to his teammate in Proctor. Proctor goes short to Haylock. Haylock goes down the line. Getting underneath it there was, that might have been our little mate again. Was it out there, Jennings? No, yes it was, I think. Or was it Curtis? One or the other. They're killing them, both of them. So it's a free kick to South. Comes wide. Got players in space. Good kick. Found Thompson. So Sam Thompson's got Bex over the top. He wants him. Didn't use him. He's still on his own out here, Bex. But they're going to close down now. So just not quick enough again. So they need to be quicker off half-back here, South. So McCluggage, he's forced to go inboard to Thomas. Thomas has got a player wide. It's Williamson. Williamson marks on the opposite half-back flank. But again, they're just not moving it quick enough, allowing Portland to get back. Good kick down the line to Bex. He's probably South's best too this afternoon, Shannon Bex. Good little kick. That was an up and under, not great delivery. Favoured the advantage there of Richardson for Portland, but it came back out to Braden Bex. Good kick by Harry Lee. That's found Kelly. Got it back to Braden Bex, who kept running. His little kick over the top. Good use of the body by Stevens. and Stevens will play on after the mark. He squares it up, but good judge of the footy there. That was beautifully done out there, chipping in by Joshy Edwards, and a 50-metre penalty for a late interference by Weir, said the umpire. So a 50-metre penalty will bring Edwards almost right into the centre of the ground.
I tell you what, I reckon I might have been a little bit harsh, that's 50. I didn't think he'd come with a lot of great force.
Yeah, fraction late. He squares it up to Proctor. That's Paul Proctor. He goes over the top again to Curtis. Curtis goes down the line looking for Jackson. Dunlop couldn't take the mark. Now he's outnumbered by the Roosters at ground level. Picking up the ball. Getting in there again, Curtis. That was beautifully done. It come out to our man again there, Jennings. Jennings' kick. But getting back and taking an uncontested mark was Harry Lee for the Roosters. And he'll relieve through Sam Thompson last line.
So Sam Thompson, he'll go to Jetty Henderson. He'll go short by foot. Now they've got something on in the corridor here, and this is where they play their best footy. Their quick movements. Centre half forward to Weir, one paddle, two paddles, just couldn't get it on the third one. Good enough to try and chase it up. Got the handball out, but not soon enough. And holding the ball, and a good tackle there by the first gamer in Carson Edwards. So the margin's out to 16 points, 24 minutes gone. And not his best kick, the youngster. Looking for Mitchell, it's still in. And they're able to get it still. So it's a nice bit of work there by Lovell. He finds Malcolm. Has to be quick. High kick. Lovell, it's going to be sharp. They fly. Ground ball. Thompson tries to gather. In there is Dunlop and Richardson as well. And they're able to hold it up, the Portland Tigers, 45 metres out. And we'll have a throw up in the Portland's forward 50. So we'll just see where this play goes. Then we'll go around the grounds very, very soon, around the other grounds around the Hampden Football Netball League. Beck's got the tap down. Curtis was able to get it from the contest. Coming through there hard was Archie Stevens. He's been terrific as well. Nice bit of work there by McIntyre. Got the handball out to Henderson. And it's Thomas who's going to shorten things up here for the Roosters. Mullen's got the ball in hand, and they're able to get it out to Sam Thompson. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to the McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon and Camperdown taking on North Warrnambool. Skeet, the latest.
Yeah, nearly half time here, Hilly, and it's North Warrnambool 17-6-108, leading Camperdown 4 straight 24.
Who's kicked all the goals for the Eagles there, Skeeter?
Oh, no, it's a pretty even spread. Tommy Keith's kicked 3, Jacko Grundy a couple, Bards has kicked 3. Yeah, no, it's pretty even spread, Hilly.
Fantastic. Let's go to Cobden taking on Terang Mortlake. Henry Robinson's our man. And Henry, what's the latest?
We're half-time here, boys, and it's Cobden 7-7-49, leading Terang Mortlake 5-1-31. Goal kickers for Cobden, Grady Rooks kicked 2, Matty Kemper's kicked 2, Ollie Darcy's kicked 2, and Josh Hickey has kicked 1. And for Terang, as I said before, Will Kane's kicked 5, so he's kicked all their goals.
Beautiful work, Henry. Let's go up to Melville Oval. Hamilton taking on the Port Fairy Seagulls. Matty Dunn's our man. Dunny, what's the latest?
At half-time, we've got the Kangaroos on 9-14-68 and Port Fairy on 5-4-34. Kangaroos are a little bit wasteful that quarter. Tane Morris has been providing a pretty good target up forward. He's kicked 3 goals. Darcy Rossman's got 2 and Jack Jennings has got 2. And Merkovich has been pretty busy for Port Fairy with a couple of goals, and Radush Mohan has got 2. And Sully's providing a few headaches up in the forward line for the Kangaroos defenders too.
Beautiful work, mate. We'll look forward to seeing what happens in the second half. And up at the Reed Oval is Ants Marnie, Croy taking on the Warrnambool Blues. And Ants, has been a great contest up there thus far. What's the latest?
Tipped away a bit. It's just playing the half-time siren. So Warrnambool 4-4-28 to Croy 10-8-68. And for those following the leading goal kicker, at this stage, Sam Dobson's kicked 2, and Jason Rowan hasn't as far to get a goal so far. So, yeah, interesting contest as far as the goal kicking goes.
Yeah, I think Dobbo might be only 2 behind now if Rowie hasn't kicked one. So watch out the second half, Ants.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, we were of the understanding he was 5 behind, but yeah, they've sort of a bit of conjecture whether he kicked 8 last week or 7. So I'm not sure what the final outcome of that was.
Hey, beautiful work, mate. Have a rest at half-time. back here at the Friendly Societies Park. The halftime siren's just gone as well. It's Portland leading 4-6-30 to the South Warrnambool Roosters 2-2-14. Goal kickers for the Portland Tigers to half-time. Toby Jennings with 2. Singles to Sam Hampshire and Tommy Sharp. Whilst for the Roosters, in that second term, Shannon Becks and Dylan Weir were the 2 goal kickers. 16-point lead to the Portland Tigers. We're going to take a break here on Hampden League Live. When we come back, it's Blackies at Bake at the break.
Hampden League Live for Clinton Bolsh Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, Harvey Norman Computers, SunGold Milk and McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central. 3YBFM.
Did you know that Badeness Rural have 3 agronomists and an experienced in-store team to help service the needs of their clients? With the right advice and the latest in agriculture technology, they provide a tailored service specific to your farm needs. Helping you boost production and keeping costs in check is what they do best. From on-farm agronomy to decades of expertise in-store to help you get the best results. Call in and see them today. Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Southwest Local News is fast becoming known for its free, trusted, reliable and compassionate local news service. Southwest Local News. Local, free, always will be. 3 nights a week on Fitz Media's Facebook page.
Need insurance? See MGA Insurance Group. Great service, expert advice and competitive premiums for farmers, business owners and transport operators. Call Dennis and Gareth Morgan and Glenn Skilbeck, 55596 200.
Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Receive a $400 Harvey Norman gift card when you connect to a new $69 a month, 24-month SIM-only plan with 80 gigabytes of data for use in Oz. Available now at Harvey Norman. Offer available until withdrawn. Not available with any other offers. Minimum plan cost $1,656 over 24 months. Visit hn.com.au/Optus-BYO for terms and conditions.
Go! If you've been injured, make the call. Find out if you have a claim. Madden's Lawyers is the region's most experienced injury compensation firm. Madden's Lawyers. Make the call.
Right, thanks ladies and gentlemen. Got some lovely Angus bullocks here. Right, I've bid 390. 80 got, thank you. 2, 4, 6, 386, 8, 90, 392, 392. Jack Kelly here from J&J Kelly Stock Agency. We've been in business 30 years this year. We've got a great selling team to help market your livestock. We sell every Wednesday and the last Friday of each month at the Warrnambool Livestock Centre. Contact J&J Kelly Stock Agency and staff for all your livestock needs.
Stay warm in one of Narrawong Island Holiday Park's fully self-contained cabins where you can enjoy the sound and serenity of the ocean. Narrawong Island Holiday Park, your water escape on the mainland.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun gold.
From trees to traffic, Carter Group is the home of fully trained arborists, offering tree removal, trimming and lopping of trees, along with on-site traffic management planners and high-quality traffic management. Visit cartergroup.com.au.
Fitz Media Productions is your online broadcast specialist. From meetings and special events to weddings, funerals and sport, Fitz Media's fully equipped mobile broadcast unit provides a professional, reliable live stream anywhere. Contact us today.
If there's one thing us Aussies know, it's great coffee. Like the best ever McCafe blend. Expertly made by baristas for a smooth, rich taste that hits the spot every time. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
On 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for SunGold Milk, J&J Kelly Stock Agency and Rafferty's Tavern. 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for Badeness Rural, Lucas Brothers Butchers and Greens Bricks and Windows.
Welcome to Blackie's Halftime Bake of the Break, thanks to Kerman's Hamburgers, 71 years strong, Lava Street in Warrnambool and Ryrie Street in Geelong. This week's special guest, South Warrnambool champion Lee Marris. Lee, thanks for your time, buddy.
Thanks, Blackie. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. Take us back to you. What year did you retire, mate? And then we'll go back from there if you want.
2004, Blackie. Long time ago.
It is. 17 years, a long time, mate. And tell us about your junior career. When did it all start? And did you play 14s, 16s, or they didn't have 14s then, or they did?
I started, I went to CBC school, so in that sort of time, most of the kids that went there often played at CBC, so I started my junior footy with them under 12s, back in the midgets, they called it back then, and there was, it was about 4 teams, I reckon, in under 12s. It was CBC red, green, gold, and blue, and I played for red, so I had a couple of seasons there. And then up to under 14s and 16s at CBC. I think in that era too, there was sort of 2 sides. There was CBC green and gold. I played for green in the under 14s and under 16s.
And that was in a normal, like in a proper competition against other...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the 14s, there was the under 12s was just pretty much, there was no finals or anything like that, but the under 14s, there was a proper competition at that stage, so a bit like it is now.
Right, and then where after that, mate?
I went to South. I basically lived over the back fence from the footy ground, really. Lee McCluskey was coaching under 18s at South in 1985, and he was a teacher at the school, so I ended up, he asked me to come and play there, which I was probably going to play there anyway, because I was South supporter growing up, so, made the move to South in 85 and played under 18s for a couple of seasons under Lee.
We had Lee on yesterday, and he told us his story and coached a lot of very good sides in South under 18s, and only lost a handful of games over a few years, but a few of them were grand finals, unfortunately, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. We, I think in those 2 years, I think we lost 4 games, but didn't win a premiership. So, it wasn't much fun. I think even the first one, I think we were undefeated going in, and we're about 7 goals up in the second quarter and lost. Yeah. And both those games we lost to Camperdown. I think they might have even come from, as low as 5th, won all the finals from there, and knocked us off. So I remember pretty clearly Paul Broderick giving us a hiding in the first one. Of course, he went on and played a lot of footy at Richmond and whatnot, so Fitzroy and Richmond. So, we're about a bit unlucky in a couple, but that happens.
Yep, and then on to seniors, mate. What year was that?
So 87. So played Tommy Smith. Came back to South. He was a former player. Then he came back and coached. He went to WA for a few years, and WA I think he did, and then he came back and coached in 87. So that was my first year then.
Wow. I think I was still playing then in 87. That's a long time, yeah. I think I retired at the end of 88, so I probably would have played against you. Yeah.
Probably would have. Probably gave me probably a hiding, Blackie.
No, I wouldn't have done that. I would have looked after the young blokes. Yeah, so how'd you go with Tommy? Tommy was a hard man, Tommy Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit different back then in terms of pre-seasons. It was sort of, a lot of... I think we had to leave his point for most of the pre-season doing the sand dunes up the hills, and really tough pre-season. But Tommy he done it all himself. I mean, he wasn't just directing traffic. He was at the front and centre doing it all himself. So he was a pretty fit man. It was a lot different. You sort of back in those days, there was a lot of running and just run until you almost spewed back then. So that was your pre-season. So you were pretty fit, but. We did cop a few injuries, I reckon, on the back of that too. A lot of blokes did hamstrings and in the season, so it didn't help much. But
they don't do that much now, do they? They don't do that much now. The sand dunes, I reckon, it's no good for the legs and whatever. So
it's a bit different, isn't it, when it's all structured and but more sort of game plan orientated, isn't it? Even pre-season probably. So
how long Tommy coached for? Just a couple.
Just the one season, Tommy. Yeah, he only coached the 1 year. And I reckon he got injured pretty early in the season that year, so I said he was pretty fit going in, but I reckon he got injured maybe even in one of the late practice matches, I reckon, and sort of that was the end of his season. He didn't play a lot of games fit, I reckon, that year, but we finished 5th, got knocked out by Colac, I reckon, in the elimination final that year.
Right. And then who took him on in 88, mate? The Roosters.
Noel Muggerman came back from WA, and he took over in 88. And then Noel coached through pretty much till I think about 93, maybe. I think that's when Noel coached too.
A fair bit of success through all that period, mate.
Yeah, well, really, from when Noel came, 88, I think we pretty much played in premierships from there, or grand finals, from about 88 through to about 98. I think we might have only missed 2 grand finals in that time. I think we might have won, about 4 and lost about 5. So we were
Great effort.
pretty lucky. Yeah.
And he brought a fairly good recruit with him, didn't he, Noel?
Yeah, he did. He brought a few, actually. We recruited pretty well back in that time, but yeah, you're probably talking to Phil Bradmore.
Phil Bradmore, he was a great player.
Yeah, he was a freaky. Well, he pretty much, he won a Maskell. He was here for 2 years, won a Maskell, best and fairest in both those years. He done everything, really. He was unbelievable. Yeah, probably the best player in the comp in that time, I reckon.
You had some great players, mate. Yourself, where did you start your career? Just in the back pocket and then moved into the midfield? Was that how it went or not?
Yeah, I probably played a lot of footy down back early, so yeah, pretty much back pocket, halfback, probably halfback flank mainly.
Yeah.
For the first 4 or 5 years, then I sort of went to midfield a bit later.
Yeah.
I mean, back in that era, the early 90s, we had champions playing there with like Lowell Johnson, Michael Cole, Michael Pollock, Shorty Anderson,
Dagsy.
Yeah, Dags, Tony Russell. It was a pretty star-studded side, really. So you're just happy to get a game, let alone worry about where you're going to play. So
and
we're pretty fortunate.
Any one of them premierships that stand out, mate, that really, you probably didn't go in favourites and end up winning? And
well, 90 and 91, we were probably favourites in both those. 94, we lost when Michael Pollock coached, we lost the second semi.
Yeah.
So Camperdown probably weren't in favourites that year, and we only got over the line by a point in the prelim. So that was probably a little bit underdoggish that year. And then in 96, we were probably, I think that was when Lee McCluskey coached. We did have a pretty good battle with Terang. We were pretty close, so there wasn't much in those two.
Yeah.
Or in those games when we played them. So and the grand final proved that, because we went down to the wire. We only sort of got away in the last couple of minutes to win that one.
That was a great game. That was at Maud-Lake, and that was the Benny Thomas and Mark Tocker-O'Keefe clash. That was a terrific game of footy.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it's one of those ones you sort of look back on and think, that was a really good game of footy. And a lot of people said after that game it was a good standard, really good standard of footy.
It was.
Yeah, so that was one thing that stood out for me, that one.
The ball was pinging around that day, wasn't it? And there's some great one contests there.
Yeah, well, as I said, Terang had a really good side. I mean, they had, like their forward line, they had blokes like, Tocker and Bernie Harris and Neil Grundy and, Nick O'Sullivan, Sam Efford and those two. I mean, they had a really good side. So,
Port Irving.
Yeah, yep. So, pretty sure, yeah. So, they were really good. So, so to get over them was a good effort, really, to win that one.
And the celebrations were pretty good.
Yeah, they're always good, Lucky. They're always good. They always go a few days. But and
the famous one, was that when Dags kicked 5 for a quarter? Did you play in that one against Colac?
Yeah, that was 1990. So Dags kicked 5 in the first 20 minutes of the game. Done his hamstring and went off. He done the job there. So that was we dominated that game that day. I was playing the back line. The ball didn't come down too much, but Dags, he killed him that day, and 5 goals in 20 minutes. Pretty good effort in the grand final, isn't it?
Yeah, he would have been a nuisance on the bench the rest of the game, wouldn't he? Come on, put me back.
I think he was pretty happy.
Yeah.
We were fairly well in front most of the day, so he done the job early.
And then after Noel, mate, you still played on, and who was coach? Did you have any success after that?
Yeah, well, Noel coached till, I think it was 93, I think, and then Michael Pollock coached 94, and we won the flag that year. And then the next year, Pollock coached again, and we lost to Terang in the grand final.
Right.
So that was, so it was a pretty good couple of years there. And then Lee McCluskey came in 96, and he coached through to, I don't know, I think it might have been about 99. Yeah. And we won the flag, of course, in 96 as well.
Yeah. How many flags, mate, all up? Winning.
I was lucky to play in 4, yeah. So,
that's fantastic. And how many games? Over 300.
317 I played in the end.
317 and 4 flags, mate. Pretty good.
Yeah, well, you sort of look at the Croydon boys now, and they're...
Yeah, well...
Well, those guys have probably played in 8 or 9, haven't they?
Yeah, well, Liam I think he played in 2 with Warrnambool, and he's played in at least 3 or 4 with Croydon, so...
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty good.
It's amazing what they've done because, we had a pretty good sort of era, that sort of 10, 11-year period where we played in grand finals, but to think, they've won 6 in a row, it's a pretty amazing effort, really.
It is. All right, that was Lee Maris. Thanks to Blackie's Bake at the Break. Thanks to Kerman's Hamburgers. As we said, 71 years strong, Lava Street in Warrnambool and Ryrie Street, Geelong. Thanks, Lee.
No worries, Blackie.
On 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for Sungold Milk, J&J Kelly Stock Agency and Rafferty's Tavern.
Welcome back, and another great Blackie's Bake at the Break with the Iceman Lee Maris. Hey, before we go out and start quarter number 3, quickly go back to the studio. We've got some around-the-ground scores, all thanks to McLaren Hunt with our WDFNL Senior Qualifying Final. We'll go back to Rookie in the studio.
Yeah, thanks, Hilly. You're doing a wonderful job there, you two. They have left you boys in the lurch, I'll tell you that much. The final score in A-grade netball in the qualifying final up at Mortlake today. Merivale getting the job done by 2 goals over the Panmure Bulldogs. So Merivale winning there. And in the footy, I think it's a half-time score. We've got Panmure 7-4-46 to Clorinur at 6-7-43. So a 3-point lead to the Bulldogs is the latest.
Beautiful work there. Back here, it is the Tigers leading by 16 points, and I reckon the Roosters are a man down. I don't think Henderson's come back after half-time. So Kelly got the kick out of side the centre square. Working back there is McIntyre to Jackson. May have been taken a little bit too high, and he'll get the free kick. And he's been one of their prime movers, the skipper, Daniel Jackson. So whether they can maintain this is going to be the interesting part of this third term. Nice kick, Jennings, on the end of it, on true centre wing. He's been terrific. He's just an excitement machine. Goes longer down the line. The target there he wants to try and get there is Richardson or Dunlop. It's Dunlop. There's a lot of similarities between both Richardson and Dunlop. And we'll have a boundary throw in right on the chalk, the 50-metre line here. City end goals. The Tigers are kicking with a 16-point lead.
Just on that too, Hilly, have we did we have 2 boundary umpires to start this game? Because at the moment we've just got a representative of, looks like one of the clubs out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, we've lost one there, so he's there. So plenty of action for Arts and K here this afternoon, and if Henderson doesn't re-emerge for the Roosters, that's certainly a bit of a bummer for them, because he's one of their prime movers. And we've had a bit of light rain here at halftime too this afternoon, so the Sharon's going to be a little bit damp and a little bit slippery for this second half. Benny Malcolm been brilliant in the ruck. Over the top he came. Bex is on hands and knees, and the ball's going over the line, out of bounds on the full. So it came off the boot there. The umpire's going to come in and concur here. Well, he's made the decision on the field umpire. I'm not sure why he can come in and overrule that, but he hasn't. I'm not sure what he's doing there. But anyway, never mind. So it came off the boot of McIntyre. The free kick will go to Saunders. So Josh Saunders of the Roosters, he's kicked. Now that's held up a bit, so suggesting there's a little bit of a bruise coming out of the west there here this afternoon. It's going to be interesting for the second half. So Galachan, he got it out towards Mar for South. They go inside 50. Good little tap there by Bex to the favour of Hussey. Getting back onto it though was Haylock. He's played a really good game for Portland here this afternoon, and the ball is forced over the line, out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Right in front of the Social Club here at the Friendly Societies Park this afternoon. Third quarter action brought to you by Harvey Norman's Computers. Nice little tap over the top to Weir, but judging it better was Big Benny Malcolm. He actually anticipated that was going to happen and ran back, and he got hold of the footy, but it's going to be a ball up. So Haylock gets it again. Little kick only as far as Stevens. Stevens went to play on. He's tackled. Got it out the back to Saunders. Saunders, a little right foot. Goes out wide, and a good mark taken under pressure there by Hussey. So James Hussey, he's outside 50, runs around. Big kick to the top of the goal square, to the pocket. Bex goes up, couldn't take the mark. There's a ball punched out, or a heavy tackle applied there by Edwards for Portland. He's wrapped up, and there'll be a ball up about 25-30 metres around from the Portland goal. And they're looking to go into attack. No, sorry, it's at the South Warrnambool end, I'm sorry. So, he's paid advantage, and he stopped and he started, and in the end he's missed again. So that's a bit of a comedy of errors down there too, Hilly, and comedy of errors in the coach's box, comedy of errors out in the ground, because he paid the free kick, then he stopped, and then he paid the advantage, and ultimately South missed the kick at goal. So you take over and see if you can sort this out.
I love it. Jennings, a long driving kick out of side, defensive 50. That's a great kick. He finds Curtis. He is all-class Toby Jennings. I don't know whether he'll stay around at Portland for too long, because I'll tell you what, there'll be some VFL clubs and the like that'll love his services. He's a nice kid. Goes further down the line through the hands of Mitchell. Gathered nicely. They're just cleaner, aren't they, the Tigers? Shepherd lost it. Could have been holding the ball. Richardson got it out, dispossessed, and now through Gallishan, they got it moving inside the centre square. And the first gamer takes an easy chest mark, and I speak of Carson Edwards. So in his first game, he's looked a nice type. Edwards goes out wider, looking for Shepherd through his fingers. Lee, as he does each and every week, cleans up for the Roosters. Short kick, ill-directed, and a free kick over the shoulder of Ma. And he'll get the free kick on centre wing. So he wants to square it up. That was his first intention. But now he'll have to go sort of down the line. The ball holds up. Edwards front position, punched away there by Maxi Irving. And he's just tenacious at the football there, Edwards. They get it out. Trying to get through there was McIntyre, who rode a pretty nice bump, and he's just slow to get off the ground there. And that might have got him a little bit hard, I thought, but been a good play from this afternoon. And on that outer side wing, we're going to have a stoppage. The margins should be 15 points for mine, 4-6-30 to 2-3-15. 5 minutes gone. Centre half forwards destination. Bex flies. Good mark. Matt go higher. Highlight of the day contender, but it wasn't paid. It must have been touched. Must have been touched off the boot, was it?
Must have been.
So a little bit of argy-bargy there from Ma and McIntyre. Right on the 50-metre paint. On the 50-metre line for the Roosters, we'll have a throw-up.
Yeah, so it's in the attacking area for the South Warrnambool Roosters. The light drizzle has ceased momentarily. Here's a chance for Portland to get out of trouble. Nice little smother there by Stevens, and then went on to apply the tackle, but the umpire said he had no prior opportunity. Did Haylock, and he'll come in and he'll throw it up. So it's going to be Weir. This time against Malcolm. Malcolm from behind got the tap. Oh, nice little handball. Just went astray there. Running onto his Gallichan. Couldn't pick it up. Might have been pushing it back to Portland. No, said the umpire. Ball slippery. It's going to be this way for most of the second half. A throw, said the umpire. So it's going to be a free kick to South. It's going to go out there. I think that's Stevens, is it? Right out that far outer side half-forward flank. So Stevens, little drop punt. Just to the top of the point of the square. Over they came. Plenty of Tigers back there. One of them's Haylock, took a good mark. So he goes out wide, moves it quick. Got it out there towards Richardson. Goes further down the line. Good kick too. Favoured Mitchell. Chipping in though there was Bex of South Warrnambool. Got it over the top to Irving. Irving's kick didn't go far. Now's a chance for Portland to defend resolutely. And, he's going to pay holding the ball here. I think, no, it's come out. That might have been too high. No, said the umpire, will ball it up. So it might have been too high, I thought there, Hilly, on little Maxi Irving. So for Arts and K this afternoon, there's been plenty of action. We don't think we're going to get Henderson back, and we think we might have even lost a boundary umpire.
Yeah, we might have too. An air kick there from Bex, got it out. Edwards good, and he got a handball out to McIntyre. It's been absolutely terrific. Richardson leading the chase. He's trying to evade Saunders, but he kicks it out wide, and a free kick to the Roosters. So they've probably dominated the inside forward 50, South Warrnambool.
No, you can't do that. No, he's
just trying to get that extra bit of yardage there, Jetty Henderson. And the umpire says, hang on, just let's wheel it back here, big fella. So Saunders now, they've probably dominated the field of play, but just haven't really scored anything yet, the Roosters.
4 inside 50s to nothing for Senate stats this quarter, Hilly.
They kick to the top of the square, vacant goal line, but another minor score. So the margin's down to 14 points on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. They are 2-4, 16. Trailing Portland 4-6-30 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. 7.5 minutes gone on the Batchelor time clock. Huppert, who's probably had managed minutes after being out for 6 weeks with a hamstring injury, kicks it further down the ground. Kelly, he has an opportunity to go forward. He goes short to Gallishan, or is it Archie Stevens?
No,
Gallishan kicks it long, forward pocket, big fly Weird, who couldn't take the mark. And I'll tell you what, they're just getting around in numbers. I've loved the way they've defended the Portland Tigers this afternoon. Their mids have worked back and they've hustled together. So they've caused the throw up about 15, 20 metres out from the Roosters' goal. So umpire Walker just making sure that the right nominated ruckman are going at it. Punched away by Malcolm, gathered by Jennings, and again he clears. His Matthews Petroleum quality this afternoon. Over the top, free kick holding on, and the Tigers through Hampshire might try and generate something off half-back Poss.
Well, the way the Portland have defended this afternoon, Hilly, has forced South in a lot of ways to bomb the ball in, and that's just playing into their hands because blokes like Haylock, both Haylocks, Tommy and also Nathan have been fantastic in the last line for Portland and repelling all these attacks. So they're playing into the hands a little bit to Portland are the Roosters. There's still only a 15-point margin, but of course it's very, very slippery conditions now, and scoring is going to be very, very hard to do. So there's going to be a boundary throw-in. It's about 60 metres around from the Portland goal on that far out of the side. Malcolm, been at it all day. He's dominated in the ruck. Beautiful pick up there by Saunders. Now he's going to come wide. He's got someone running into space. It's going to be Bex. If it sits for him, he's in business. It will beautifully for him. Now he'll go down the line. A little chip was good. Finds Gallichan. Gallichan in front of Edwards, right in front of us as well. So Gallichan, former Warrnambool Blue, really hit his straps when he came to the Roosters. Real regular now in the side. Kicks down the line. Not a great kick. It'll go over the line out of bounds right in front of Fitz Media here this afternoon. Is streaming live to the Hampden League Live listeners and watchers, and they do a great job, do Fitz Media. So ball in, right in front of the social club.
Just asking Kay, young...
Oh, yes.
Carson Edwards is coming off limping. I don't know whether it's cramp or whether he sort of jumped at the football trying to smother it and just landed awkwardly on the leg as well. But doesn't look pretty down there, Poss.
He doesn't, and he didn't look to be involved in anything. He's sporting the nice little throw too, Hilly, isn't he?
Mate, it brings me back to when you were wearing the original South Warrnambool under-18 jersey before they changed in 1981.
Joe Mooney will tell you that. Weir's got it. Chips it over the top and a good mark too. That's a Matco highlight of the day contender to Corey Gallichan. Did some good work up here a little bit earlier on the wing, and now he's pushed forward and he's taken a mark. So a good contested mark. So put that one down, Hilly, and he'll go back and have a shot. He's no more than 25 metres out, only on a slight angle. And he's on the right side here, actually, at the friendlies to kick a goal from at that bottom end. It's a beautiful angle to come in from. And he'll kick straight over the top of the 450-metre boxes here at Wanted Park if he's accurate. Comes in, on its way. Good goal, Gallichan. He's put it through, so the South Warrnambool Roosters' first blood of the third quarter here, brought to you by Harvey Norman Computers this afternoon. They move on to 3-3. That'd be 21 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. They trail the Portland Tigers by just 9 points there on 4-6-30. We've played 11 and a half minutes on the Battery World time clock. Second quarter, third quarter action here at the friendlies this afternoon on Hampden League Live.
Hey, let's go around the grounds. All thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Scotty Cannon's looking after Camperdown and North Warrnambool. And Scoot, what's the latest?
Yeah, we're about 7 minutes into the third quarter. It's North Warrnambool 19-6, 120, leading Camperdown 5 straight 30.
Jeepers, big margin there at the Lura. Cobden taking on Terang Mortlake. Henry Robertson.
G'day, boys. We're the 26-minute mark of the third quarter. It's been all Terang this quarter. They've kicked 4 goals to Cobden's 1 behind. So it's Terang at 9-4-58, leading Cobden 7-8-50.
Back here, it's a rush behind. They were almost looking for another opportunity for a goal here, the Roosters, but another minor score. So it's back to a 7-point margin. Let's go to Matty Dunn. Port Fairy taking on Hamilton at Melville Oval. Dunny, what's the latest?
Yeah, we're 16 minutes into the third quarter, and Kangaroos have kicked another 4 goals. The 13-18-96. Port Fairy still on 5-4-34.
Beautiful work. Big fly there from Kelly back here, but a nice mark taken in the end there by Ben Malcolm. And lastly, let's go to the Reed Oval. Ants Marnie, Warrnambool taking on the Croydon Saints. What's the latest, Ants?
Yeah, no, not much change here, boys. We're 10 minutes into the third quarter. And Warrnambool 5-4-34 to Croydon 10-10-70. So no goals at this stage yet.
So much the same at half-time. Back here, it's only a 7-point ball game. It got to as far as 26, but the Roosters have probably jumped on top in this third term. More movement forward and giving their forwards a bit more of an opportunity. So the ball's on that outer side wing. And it's a 7-point margin, Possum Kelly.
Yeah, and there'll be a boundary throw-in on that far outer side wing, so a 7-point advantage to the Tigers. Up they go. Getting back there was little Curtis. He's not going nowhere, wrapped up in a tackle, and there'll be a ball up almost in the same position where they set themselves for that last boundary throw-in. So it's going to be Weir up against Malcolm. Weir from behind actually got the tap, and he's paid a free kick to Malcolm. So, I'm not sure about that. He went up and contested the ball, I thought. So Malcolm kicks down the line. Coming from behind and spoiling is Thompson for South. Spills to ground. Nice little pick up there was by Jed Henderson for South. His kick goes down the line looking for Becks. He couldn't take the mark. Now it's a battle at ground level, but the boundary line beats them both. That was Paul Proctor with Becks, and there'll be a boundary throw in about 65, 70 metres around from the South Warrnambool goal. They're doing all the attacking. They've been inside 56 times for Senate Stats this quarter for 2 marks, and the Portland Tigers are yet to cross that 50-metre line. So all in control at the moment are the Roosters. There's a handball over the top, came back out there towards Henderson. His little kick went nowhere. Good tackle applied there by Portland, and they'll earn themselves a free kick. So Arts and Co, we've got another injury update. Trent Hillard's another Portland Tiger.
Yeah.
Looks like he's coming to the bench.
Yeah, Curtis, probably not one they want to come off. Running off with the runner and the trainer there, so I'm not sure of the extent there, but...
might have been in that tackle. I think he sort of copped a little one from behind.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not too major, because he's been a real good player from this afternoon. Martin Curtis back here, backs across half back, looks to shape up the footy and find Die, and that was a big push from Edwards. Probably out of frustration, because he knew he was probably not going to get to the contest to end up making the spoil. So Jack Dye up the ground. He's been a terrific forward this year, through the fingers of Braden Becks, and a bit of soccer work, only as far as Richardson. Back to Edwards, and they'll try and create something here. Not their best kick. Their skill level's probably just dropped a little bit here, the Tigers, for mine, with the Roosters just coming at them. So it's a 7-point margin, 3-5-23 South Warrnambool, 4-6-30 the Portland Tigers, 15 minutes gone on the Battery World time clock. So 65 metres from home, as Poss said, no inside forward 50s this quarter for the Tigers. Stevens read the ball well, only as far as Starchbury, who was wrapped up immediately after receiving the ball by Hussey. And again, we'll see what will happen after this stoppage. So about 85 metres out, Malcolm up against Weir. Weir's done well in the ruck, as that sort of pinch hit ruckman this afternoon. Shepherd couldn't extract the footy. Stevens does. He's been terrific. Works with Saunders. Over the top, they run through Henderson off half back. Goes through the corridor. A little bit short the kick. Nice picked up on the half volley by Jenner. Edwards there. Ducks the head. Trying to avoid Shannon Betts. He's wrapped up. And there's going to be a throw-up 55 from the Roosters goal.
Yeah, so again, as I said, doing all the attacking 6 times. They've crossed the 50-metre line for 2 marks and 1 goal. This quarter have the Roosters, and the Portland Tigers yet to have a forward entry. So Benny Malcolm, as he's done all day, gets it down. And as this man has done all day, Toby Jennings gathers the footy, kicks down the line. It's all the Roosters there. Getting back first was Henderson. That's Jed Henderson, because at the moment there's no Ricky Henderson out there. We think he might be out for the game. It comes out there towards Hussey, but he couldn't control it, and ball goes over the line out of bounds right in front of the Browns Depot Bakery over there, the sign on this afternoon for the South Warrnambool Roosters. So Harvey Norman Computers, third quarter action here at the friendlies. Could have been a free kick to Becks, no, said the umpire. Taken away by Portland. Here's a chance. This might be our little man again there. I think it was Jenkins. Braden Becks, he's been good for the Roosters today too. Gets it off to Stevens, starting to get a little bit of the footy, Stevens, probably due to the ball at ground level a lot more. They've got plenty of numbers out here now. They can raffle it here, Thompson or Saunders. It came to Saunders. He goes down the line. Good little kick. Good contest here between little Irving and also his opponent there in Harvey. So the ball goes down the line into... Oh, good mark, was it? No play on, said the umpire. It's in the forward 50 for South. Comes out to Haylock. Haylock goes short, good kick. And that was Nathan Haylock. Now there's a chance out wide, but an errant kick had come out only as far as Stevens. Now Stevens' little chip over the top was good, and he's found Hussey So Hussey, probably too far out to score, plays on, runs around, gives himself a bit of an advantage. Good kick, it's on its way. He might have got there, I think he has, but he's just missed to the left. So another score to the Roosters and another inside 50. They're terrible, so they've had 8 now, and they move on to 3-6-24. They trail by just one kick, 4-6-30. That's the Portland Tigers and the Trojan Concrete scoreboard. We've played just over 19 minutes on the Battery Wheel time clock. Harvey Norman, third quarter action, Hampden League Live here this afternoon.
Jackson got the handball out to Shepherd. What can the Tigers do through this passage? They go forward down the wing. Their skills, probably the execution probably hasn't been as on this third term, but the pressure the Roosters have applied has been very, very impressive, and some of their key playmakers really making their name in this game now. Saunders and Hussey, Braden Becks have been absolutely terrific to lead the revival. So out of side wings the destination. Just a yardage kick there by Shannon Becks, but Radiant best was Proctor. So Proctor now will go short. They just really struggled forward of centre, haven't they, the Tigers, to generate anything. In a little bit of trouble there was Harvey, the youngster. Brings it in across. It's a one-on-one. Beck sort of stood his ground, wasn't able to take the marks. Dutchby grabs it. He's wrapped up straight away. And they're asking for holding the ball, and they've got it. May have been a little bit stiff there for mine, but Becks nevertheless will get the result free kick, and he's led the revival. Short kick finds Shannon Becks. Now he gets it to a teammate of McCluggage. Really good skills, but intercepted mark. Yep, that's going to be paid. He had enough of it for mine. And Haylock, who's been a rocket Gibraltar down there for the Tigers, takes the nice mark. So he'll bring it to the right half-forward flank to Mitchell. Mitchell goes down the line, one-on-one, Shepherd and Lee. Also in there is Dunlop's, but they've just got numbers back. It's sort of what the Tigers were doing in the first quarter. Jackson, he finds Williamson, and that nearly might be holding the ball. They ask the question, they get it, and the Tigers will get their first foray forward in this third term. Inside 50 they go. Sharp has to work. Henderson couldn't quite take the mark, and he impeded the marking man, and Henderson Poss will get the free kick.
And for Arts and KL, little man back on the ground, Carson Edwards-Hilly, so that's great news for the Portland Tigers. In the meantime, Sammy Thompson for the Roosters will relieve off half-back, got it out wide to Becks, playing a really, really good game today. He's Shannon Becks, probably South Warrnambool's best, I reckon. He's on a half-back. He will have to kick down the line. He just sort of kicks it, comes off it, and a good kick too in the end, because he's found his teammate out there in Henderson, I think it is. So he drives it long inside 50. Up they go. Was too much carry there for Dye. There's a chance out there now for Portland through Proctor, but his handball is spoiled and has gone over the line and out of bounds for a boundary throw in about 65 metres around from the South Warrnambool goal. They're doing all the attacking, as I said earlier on in this quarter, as Huppets comes on for another run for the Tigers. Becks from behind, nudged out. Haylock did really well. They'd gathered the footy. Little kick. Oh, looking for... Gee, it could have nearly been a little free kick there to little Maxie Irving, but no, said the umpire. Good tackle applied there. Too high. So, wowee. So it's going to be a free kick to South Warrnambool. It's going to go to Hussey. He's played very well this third quarter too.
Been terrific.
I think the conditions, again, probably suit players like him, just in and under, hard at it. And Hussey, not a regular goal kicker, it's fair to say. Does most of his work up in the midfield, but he's going to have a shot here because he's no more than 20 metres out, almost directly in front, coming in for South Warrnambool's second of the quarter, and he makes no mistake, and the score's a level at the Friendly Societies Park. 4-6-30. That's each of two here at the Friendly Societies Park. We've ticked into almost 22 minutes on the Battery Wheel time clock. We've got our game on our hands. Have we, Trent Hill, in this Harvey Norman Computers third quarter? And that was South Warrnambool's for Sinnott stats. That was their 36. That was their 10th inside 50. They've taken 2 marks, and Portland have been inside their 50 just once, and I think that tells the tale of this third quarter so far.
They've kicked the last 4 goals, the Roosters. They were up 4 goals to zip, the Portland Tigers. That was at the 14-minute mark of the second term, and the Roosters have kicked the last 4, so they need to get something here, the Tigers. Huppert's in the midfield along with Malcolm, Jennings. Malcolm tries to bash through, but only as far as Galashin got the quick kick towards half-forward. Rantel almost got it on the half-volley. His second effort was sublime. Gets it to Kelly. He lost it. He spent it before he had it. Now it's Malcolm again trying to find Haylock. Just under pressure. It's just a reversal of what that first half was all about. The Tigers were the ones hunting, and now the Roosters are the ones hunting in this third term. So she's even Stevens here at the friendlies. 4-6-30 apiece. Malcolm, Kelly Kelly, good tap down. Saunders has been terrific. Tried to get the handball out to Galliston. He works it back only as far as Henderson. Inside forward 50. Weir on the lead. Went through his fingers. Harvey just a slippery ball. Can't quite get it. Ma's good pressure. Irving's there. Ma did really well. Just couldn't quite get him in the end. Tell you what, they're going to concede here, the Tigers. And the Roosters, since this is the first time they've led this game this afternoon. They lead by 1.
Well, I reckon that was a Matco Hire highlight of the day contender there too. Under a lot of pressure down there was Hilly, and did very, very well in the end to force that behind. So Portland, they're off and running again. This is little Harvey this time, goes down the wing, but chipping in for South is Mullins. He wanted to play on, but now he decides to come inboard to Saunders, getting into the game too. Saunders got it out there towards Williamson. Williamson's little kick was good. Comes out there, and Irving takes the mark for South. So little Maxie Irving, a little wobbler, but it's going to be fortuitous because Hussey's taken the mark. He'll chip it over the top to Becks, and Shannon Becks will mark about 30 metres out on a pretty tight angle. He'll kick from right in front of the social club here at the Friendly Societies Park. They're in control of South Warrnambool Roosters in this quarter. They lead by just 1 behind. And Becks, well, that's their third mark inside the 50 metres for this quarter for Sinnott's Accountants Stats. They deliver magnificent stats. Arts and K, they'll be busy down there tonight because there's been a lot of injuries this afternoon. They can get a Kerman's hamburger while they wait for their prescription. Beck's kick on its way. It's a nice-looking kick. I think he's got it. He has. So there's a Lucas Brothers Butcher snag of the day contender, Trenny Hill, because that's a pretty tight angle. He was on there, Shannon Becks, and he went back and slotted it through, and that is his second for the afternoon. And the Roosters, they move on to 5-7-37. They now take a 7-point advantage over the Portland Tigers, who are 4-6-30. And the raffle ticket winner has been announced.
It's not
It's not Alan Blackburn today. And, so the Roosters, they're starting to get they're controlling the ball a lot better, aren't they, Hilly? They're chipping it around, and I think Portland's pressure's dropped off a little bit as well.
Yeah, 7-point lead to the Roosters. As we're sort of getting onto the cusp of three-quarter time. You wouldn't think it's a long quarter because there hasn't been a lot of goals kicked. The Roosters kicked 3. Hampshire paddles it forward. Dunlop, handballs, Huppert, kicks deep. Out in the front there is Jennings. Oh, that's a push out. That's a push out, and Jennings will have a shot for his third goal and 50 metres. So he's going to kick from point-blank range, and that margin will get narrowed back down to 1 point in favour of the Roosters. And I'm not sure what the 50 was for. It might have been a bit of bad mouthing. But a free kick and a little bit of how do you do in the goal square with Thompson. Look at the seagull, the Roosters go.
I like seagulls on it.
They're like seagulls on Jennings. And tell you what, a bit of argy-bargy going there. And that's sort of the game it's been. There's been a few little spot fires, and did you see that? Jennings just giving Sam Thompson a little bit of lip, and there's 5 Roosters just on top of him.
I'm sure there's only one of him out there. Hilly, he's at the forward end, he's at the back end, he's in the midfield, he's everywhere.
Oh,
he's been amazing.
He's an amazing player. So the Shojin Concrete scoreboard sees,
incidentally,
5-6-36, trailing South Warrnambool 5-7-37, 26 minutes gone in this third term. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeety Cannon, North Warrnambool will take you on the Camperdown Magpies. What's the latest, Skeet?
Yeah, 21 minutes into the third quarter, Hilly. It's North Warrnambool 26, 7-1-63, leading Camperdown 5 straight, 30.
Jeepers creepers, mate. That is one huge margin. Henry Robinson, Cobden taking on the Bloods. Henry, what's the latest?
5-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Cobden 8-8-56. Trailing Terang 9-4-58. We've got a game on our hands, boys.
Another good one up there between the Bombers and the Bloods. Let's go, Matt Dunn. Hamilton taking on Port Fairy. What's the latest there, Dunny?
Yeah, we've just gone three-quarter time, and the Kangaroos have wasted some more opportunities that quarter, and a 14-22, 106 to Port Fairy 6-6-42.
And the last game, Warrnambool taking on Croydon up at the Reed Oval. Ants Marnie, what's the latest there, Ants? No Ants there, so we'll get a score from the Reed Oval very, very soon. Back here, it's a 2-point margin to the South Warrnambool Roosters. Some great games of Hampden League footy this afternoon thus far. And we will go to Ants Money up at the Reed Oval. Ants, what's the latest in your game, mate?
You know, she's 24-minute mark, just ticked over. Warrnambool's just kicked the goal, so it's 6-4-40 to Croydon 12-15-87. So pretty tight quarter. This is a goal each to both sides.
Beautiful work back here. Hampshire Flies couldn't take the mark inside 50 for the Tigers. And there's the three-quarter time siren. We have got one hell of a ball game here at the Friendly Societies Park. And it is the South Warrnambool Roosters that'll take a 2-point advantage into the final term of round 18 football, 5-8-38. They lead the Portland Tigers 5-6-30, and that's on the Shojan Concrete scoreboard as Martin Curtis, the number one for the Portland Tigers, making his way to the rooms, all thanks to Arts and K. Looks very, very sore. Possum Kelly, we're going to take a break here. We're going to just gather our thoughts and our voices, and then we'll come.
Hampden League Live for Clinton Bolsh Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, Harvey Norman Computers, SunGold Milk and McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, 3YBFM.
Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Receive a $400 Harvey Norman gift card when you connect to a new $69 a month, 24-month SIM-only plan with 80 gigabytes of data for use in Oz. Available now at Harvey Norman. Offer available until withdrawn. Not available with any other offers. Minimum plan cost $1,656 over 24 months. Visit hn.com.au/Optus-BYO for terms and conditions.
Go! Fitz Media Productions is your online broadcast specialist. From meetings and special events to weddings, funerals and sport, Fitz Media's fully equipped mobile broadcast unit provides a professional, reliable live stream anywhere. Contact us today.
I'm Roma Britnell, your local Member of State Parliament. I'm working hard for you and for the South West Coast region to make sure we have a vibrant and prosperous place to live and work. I want to know what matters most to you, to hear your ideas on how to make South West Coast even better. You can email me, catch me on social media, or visit my office in Liebig Street. I'm here to work for you.
Authorised by Roma Britnell MP, 94 Liebig Street, Warrnambool, funded from parliamentary budget.
3 steps: design, plan and construct. Smith & Son Renovations and Extensions take care of all 3 steps to provide you with a smooth and cost-effective process. See Nathan and the team at Smith & Sons, Ferry Street, quality builders and reno specialists.
If you've been injured, make the call. Find out if you have a claim. Madden's Lawyers is the region's most experienced injury compensation firm. Madden's Lawyers. Make the call.
If there's one thing us Aussies know, it's great coffee. Like the best ever McCafe blend. Expertly made by baristas for a smooth, rich taste that hits the spot every time. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
From trees to traffic, Carter Group is the home of fully trained arborists, offering tree removal, trimming and lopping of trees, along with on-site traffic management planners and high-quality traffic management. Visit cartergroup.com.au.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. That's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
Right, thanks ladies and gentlemen, got some lovely Angus bullocks here. Right, I've bid 390, 80 got, thank you, 2, 4, 6, 386, 8, 90, 392, 392. Jack Kelly here from J&J Kelly Stock Agency. We've been in business 30 years this year. We've got a great selling team to help market your livestock. We sell every Wednesday and the last Friday of each month at the Warrnambool Livestock Centre. Contact J&J Kelly Stock Agency and staff for all your livestock needs.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
Stay warm in one of Narrawong Island Holiday Park's fully self-contained cabins where you can enjoy the sound and serenity of the ocean. Narrawong Island Holiday Park, your water escape on the mainland.
Southwest Local News is fast becoming known for its free, trusted, reliable and compassionate local news service. Southwest Local News. Local, free, always will be. 3 nights a week on Fitz Media's Facebook page.
On 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for Clinton Bolsh Warrnambool Nissan, Roma Britnell MP and Madden's Lawyers. Hampden League Live for McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, MGA Insurance and Pontings Mitre 10.
Oh, welcome back. It's three-quarter time here from the Friendly Societies Park, and we've got a very exciting ball game here. Low-scoring affair, but the Roosters, who have trailed for a majority of the game, took the lead at the 21-minute mark to take a 2-point lead into three-quarter time. They're 5-8-38 to the Portland Tigers, 5-6-36 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. Possum Kelly, some Senate account stats.
Yeah, well, a third quarter, Harvey Norman Computers third quarter, Hilly, and it was dominated by the South Warrnambool Roosters. They took the ball inside their 50 12 times for 3 marks, as opposed to Portland, who went inside just 3 times. They kicked the 1 goal, never took a mark inside their 50, so they defended and attacked very well, did the South Warrnambool team that quarter. For Arts and K, it's been a busy day, Hilly. We've lost Ricky Henderson to what looks to be like a finger or hand/wrist injury. We're not quite sure. We'll try and get some confirmation on that before the game finishes. And it also looks like little Marty Curtis is out of the game. He was limping towards the change rooms at that change of ends. And, well, unconfirmed, but we also think we might have lost a boundary umpire along the way as well. So there's been a lot happening for the Arts and K injury.
And we lost a special comments man too.
We've lost a special comments man. So Renfrew Keeps down on the boundary there has been pretty quiet for us today, but we must give them a shout out, Renfrew Keeps, because they're a great sponsor of Hampden League Live, and well, they support us on the boundary line each and every week. And we've had some great snags of the day from Lucas Brothers Butchers, and we've had plenty of Matco Hire highlights too. And of course, we'll have to now start thinking about our Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day, and of course our 3, 2 and 1 for our Pit Stop Menswear Player of the Year voting. So it's going to be a very, very good and entertaining last quarter, I reckon. Hilly, just a 2-point advantage to the South Warrnambool Roosters, 5-8-38. Shojin Concrete scoreboard, 5-6-36 is Portland. And of course we will be brought home today by Clinton Bolsch Nissan, who takes us to our away games each and every week in that magnificent Nissan. Take us through and start this third quarter, Trenell.
Here we go. Sam Kelly up against Malcolm, and Malcolm got the big volleyball spike straight down to McIntyre. Jennings held on to, trying to sock it forward, and he does. Almost picked up on the half volley there by Richardson. Thomas gathers, swung around the tackle, got the loose handball out. Here's Richardson once again. Chasing it down was Dunlop. May have gone without it. In there is Jackson. He tried to feed the handball through. They get it moving forward. Goes again Richardson. They're diving on it like it's a hot potato. Richardson once again. Here comes Dunlop. They're like brothers, these two. They look so similar. And then the Roosters get it out with a high dump kick outside defensive 50. Beck's almost clunked it. Irving's there, dispossessed. The Tigers can go forward again through Jenner. Jenner around the body. Top of the square they go. Sharp couldn't take the mark. Defensive punch away, and it just trickles over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. 30 around from the Portland goal. They're kicking to the West Warrnambool end of the Friendly Societies Park.
Yeah, and they've opened up, well, pretty confidently too. The Tigers, they've been hard at it early, so we're in for a great last quarter here. Up we go. It's Kelly and Hampshire from behind. Ball spills out there towards Williamson. Down the ground, couldn't take the mark. That was little, it was just a hanging on. Yeah, it's a free kick to Haylock. Haylock got it out to our little man, first gamer Edwards. That's Carson Edwards. Goes out wide looking for our man out there in little Jennings. He dropped the mark, but he butted up. He's so quick at ground level. Sharp couldn't gather it. It's gone over the line, right on the 50-metre line, on that far outer side half-forward flank for the Portland Tigers, and they trail by just 2 behinds. Of course, no bearing whatsoever on final finishes as far as the five's concerned, but a lot of confidence want to be brought out by both teams going into finals next week. Hampshire got the tap out. It came down towards Shepherd. He couldn't control it, and the umpire said he's wrapped up in a tackle and he'll throw the ball up just inside 50 for Portland. So they'll look to, they'll put a goal on the board. It'll give them an advantage, so they'll be desperately wanting to do that. Good tap out over the top there was by Hampshire. Here's a chance for Portland. No, but dragged down in a tackle. Spills out there towards Josh Edwards. He couldn't control it, and there'll be another ball up. So it's only a matter of 20 metres out from Portland's goal. If they can get a clearance here and have a snap, they could be in front. So it's Kelly up against Hampshire. Kelly went a little bit early. Hampshire ended up getting it. The ball spills back to Harry Lee. Mullins' kick was smothered and it's gone over the line in the forward pocket. This time there'll be a boundary throw in just about 10 metres around from the Portland goal, Hilly.
They're keeping them honest, aren't they? The forwards and the mids of the Portland Tigers of the Roosters defence. So we're 15 metres around from the Portland Tigers goal. Hampshire just used his body. Out here is Shepherd. He's electric. He's quick. He gathers. He tries it on the left boot. He got to a little toe poker. Kelly got a little toe poker to a Rantel. Mullen goes across the body with a check side out D50. And, if that was AFL circles, it'd be deliberate. Back here, it's just country footy, and it's just a boundary throw in 45 around.
Country footy at its best too, Hilly.
Absolutely. So it's a 2-point margin, 38-36. And, the Roosters lead after the Portland Tigers have led for the first 2 quarters and a bit here at the Friendly Societies Park. Ball comes out only as far as Jenner. A bit of volleyball action going on there. Quick kick out there by Sam Thompson. Got it out. Edwards chasing. Just sort of evaded. Got it, worked it around, and he finds Proctor. Proctor going on his preferred right foot. Goes to half forward. Shepherd did some nice body work to get him in the right position, and a defensive punch lands out of bounds on the full. Lands out of bounds, and a boundary throw will occur. I'm just looking at the coaching staff down there of the Roosters, Poss, and just some players aren't playing today that I reckon will be around next week. Nick Thompson, Liam Ewell, Ollie Bridgewater. So a bit to like, and Will White certainly in contention as well. One-on-one goal square, vacant goal square, and it's a goal to the Tigers off little Jacko.
It's Jackson,
Little Jacko, Daniel Jackson goes with a little soccer work, and they hit the front again, the Tigers. They go out to a 4-point lead. It was a vacant goal square, a good one-on-one with Sam Thompson and also Tommy Sharp. And then Jackson just used his speed and was able to get a little toe on the football. And that's their 6th of the afternoon. His first of the day, Daniel Jackson. And the Roosters the Tigers go to 6-6-42. Port and South Warrnambool 5-8-38. 4 minutes gone on the Battery World Time Club.
Yeah, and for Arts and Cahill, another injury update too, and this is not a good one. Lockie Huppett's down there for Portland with his right hamstring iced up, so that certainly doesn't look good. And, they better call in some casuals for Arts and K, because they'll be run off their feet tonight after this game this afternoon. So here's a chance now out of the centre for South. The ball comes back. That was Miles McCluggage. He kicks down the line. Here's our little man with the fro, and that's Carson Edwards. And his handball didn't reach its target in Tommy Haylock, and the ball will be thrown in about 75 metres around from the South Warrnambool goal.
Mate, that's your hairdo from 1981. I'm telling the listeners now. Possum Kelly's fro in 1981.
Well, and the girls used to come from everywhere too, really. Not. Here's a chance for Haylock again. He's tackled, wrapped up. Over it goes. A chance here for South. They're inside 50th first time this quarter. Bradenbeck's on hands and knees. This might be holding the ball. No, said the umpire. It comes out there towards McCluggage. Couldn't get rid of it. That was, in fact, Jonah Marr down there, and there'll be a ball up. So desperate stakes for Portland, defending resolutely. They lead by 4 points, having been overtaken by the Roosters in the third quarter. They bounce back with the first goal of this last quarter. Up it goes. It's going to be Weir. Got the tap down. There's plenty of Tigers around. One of them out there was Edwards. He got it out to the little throw in Edwards. That's Carson Edwards. His kick will find touch and it'll go over the line right in front of us in the commentary box here this afternoon. Hampden League Live. 6-6-42. That's the Portland Tigers. They lead South Warrnambool 5-8-38. We've played 6.5 minutes on the Battery World Time Clock. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Clinton Bolsch Nissan, the great Nissan motor vehicle as they are. Boundary throw in Trent Hill.
Absolutely. So it's Bex up against Malcolm, reading it nicely with Stevens. Spearing pass, and a good mark there by Weir. And Matco High, a highlight of the day contender. And Archie Stevens is absolutely all class, and that was beautifully kicked. And Dylan Weir, I tell you what, they've probably missed him a little bit in the forward 50. He's a nice target. And Weir will look to kick his second of the day and to regain the lead for the Roosters out to a 2-point margin if he's successful. He'll kick from 35. Weir comes in. Weir goes bang. And the Roosters lead by 2. 7 minutes gone on the Battery World Time Clock. And I'll tell you what, Archie Stevens, he is just one touch and just pure.
Well, and it's no coincidence, Hilly, that he's come into the game since a bit of rain fell on the ground. It's a bit slippery because he's low to the ground. He controls the ball beautifully at ground level and just knows where to be. Feeds off the big men just as every little man should, and his delivery there to Weir was first class. So 2 goals this afternoon to Weir. Joined Shannon Becks on 2 goals this afternoon. Toby Jennings, superstar, has 3 for Portland. Malcolm got the tap down, came to the favour of Shepherd. He couldn't control it. There's a chance for South going forward. Good handball came to Bex. Bex, good kick. Lace out, finds Dye. So Dye, he's too far out to score. And the numbers getting back for Portland, but he'll chip short to Bex. So Shannon Bex, he fancies his chances. He'll go back. He'll kick from 50. He's got 2 this afternoon.
I like this pass because he's an actual goal kicker, Beck. So
he, backing himself in.
Absolutely.
Yep. Taking responsibility as he should. So he'll go back and try and slot his second. And he'll try and give the Roosters a little 8-point advantage in this last quarter. He's going to go short. He's got a player unopposed. Gee, that's bad checking. It's Sam Thompson who's, he's just sort of wandered his way up from the half-back line and stood there unopposed. And Bex was just able to chip it over to him, and he'll have a shot from about 35 metres out. Doesn't kick a lot of goals, Sam Thompson. Predominantly a defender, does spend some time in the midfield. But lining up for a deliberate shot. Second back-to-back goals for South if he's successful. Thompson comes in, drop punt on its way. Nice-looking kick, and it's a goal. It's a goal, and it's the 7th on the board for the South Warrnambool Roosters. 7-8-50 on the Shojin concrete scoreboard. So back-to-back goals after a bright start to the quarter by Portland, and South Warrnambool hit back. So they go on to 7-8-50, and they lead the Portland Tigers 6-6-42. That's on the Shojin concrete scoreboard, and we've played 9.5 minutes of this fourth quarter, brought to you by Clinton Bolch Nissan. And, they skipped away to it's a 2-score advantage now, isn't it? It's 8 points, so 2 goals for the Portland Tigers to be able to regain the lead, Hilly.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice finish there by Sam Thompson. And tell you what, he's played a nice roll down back this afternoon. Sharp on the ball, so they're just mixing things up here, the Tigers. Coming through there was Dunlop, and he got the free kick. So Dunlop, I liked his attacking ways this afternoon. Goes inside forward 50. The big fly from Jennings. Couldn't bring it down. Richardson, Thomas. He'll go out on the 45 and he finds Jet Henderson. He's just a link-up player, Henderson. I love the way he moves. Goes longer down the line. Rantel up against Tommy Haylock. It's going to be a foot race. Rantel will back himself. Haylock's there as well. Ball comes out. Irving gets the kick out of the contest. And working hard to try and move it forward for the Tigers was Nathan Haylock. He's been terrific this afternoon. No one can get it out. 60 out from the Roosters' goal. We'll have a stoppage. So nice little bit of argy-bargy there. Haylock and Jonah Maher, the youngster, he's just doesn't mind throwing the weight around against the bigger boys too, Maher. He doesn't hold back, that is for sure. So Malcolm, he'll do the ruck work. Taps down, looking for Shepherd. Maher taken too high for mine, but they said it was a legitimate tackle. And they'll have another stoppage. So the Roosters have done everything right in this second half. They were as far as down as 26 points, and they just didn't look in the game. But to their credit, they've been absolutely terrific. Sharp couldn't get it out. Stutchbury got it out to Shepherd. Shepherd looks to go into the corridor. Kick has to be good. It is to Jenner. Evades. He's clever. Keeps on going. He got the handball out. That was pretty good. Only as far as Gallishan. Saunders by hand. Bex, they've got numbers. Stevens, he tries to evade. Works it back. Herman up against Jackson. Loose football. Who's going to get it? It's like a real bit of slippery soap. In there is Rantel. Good pressure there by the Tigers. And we're 50 from home. We'll have a ball up with umpire Walker.
Oh, pressure footy. Who said these two? These two are just playing out time for round 18. Up it goes. It's Haylock and Kelly. Haylock got the tap, came to Sharp. Dropped down. There's a chance going forward for the Tigers. It's on wing position. Fighting for the footy in there on hands and knees was number 29 for South. That's Herman. Now there's players going in everywhere. They're all over the top of it. The umpire will come in and ball it up. We're centre wing position right in front of us in the commentary box here on Hampden League Live this afternoon. A 8-point advantage to the South Warrnambool Roosters.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Financial Group. And Skeety Cannon's looking after North Warrnambool and Camperdown. Skeet, what's the latest?
Yeah, just started the last quarter here, Hilly, and it's North Warrnambool 30 goals, 9. 189 leading Camperdown 6 goals straight, 36.
Jeepers, is there still a good share of goal kickers, Skeet, or is there someone sort of skipped away?
No, there's a few with 4 and a few with 3, mate. There's a lot of sharing around, so it's been a good team effort by the Eagles today.
I like it, mate. Good for finals footy next week as well. Let's go to Henry Robertson, Cobden taking on Terang Mortlake. Henry, what's the latest?
Oh, it's pretty tight here, boys. We're 27-minute mark of the last quarter. Cobden 10-10-70, leading Terang Mortlake 10-5-65.
We'll try and keep on the line with you over the next couple of minutes, Henry, just to see what's going on. Let's go to Matt Dunn, Port Fairy taking on Hamilton up at Melville Oval. Dunny, what's the latest?
Matt Sully's just kicked his fourth goal for Port Fairy, and they're 9-8-62, trailing the Kangaroos 17-24, 126, and we're coming up 16 minutes in the last.
Lovely work. And finally, let's go to the Reed Oval, and it is Ants Marnie. We are looking after Warrnambool and Koroit. What's the latest there, Ants?
You know, she's 7.5 minutes in, and Warrnambool started very well this last quarter. They kicked the first three, so they're 9-5-59 to the Koroit 13-15-93.
What's Sammy Dobson got, mate?
Yeah, at the moment, Sam's on three. And
what about Jay Rowan?
Jason at this stage just hasn't scored a goal yet.
So still pretty tight on the goal-kicking radar as well. One to watch out for. Back here, a few little spot fires. Still 8 points to the margin. 14 minutes gone. We'll get a district league score very, very soon. Henderson goes inside forward, 50 in the Roosters. Leading the chase is Shannon Becks. Trying to stop him as Proctor. Becks around the body. Kicks a goal! And that could almost nearly be a little bit of a sealer there for the Roosters. They're out by 14, leading the charge. And Shannon Becks kicks an absolute beauty. His third of the day. And, they've done everything right this second half. Possum Kelly.
Yeah, and that was brought about by a good clearance there, Hilly, from a ball up, and it was kicked into the forward 50 there, and Shannon Becks ran onto it, ran into space. It was a bit like Pagan's paddock, and he was smart enough to just have that little bit of poise to steady himself and lay that on the right foot. So a Matco High highlight of the day contender for sure for Shannon Becks. He's kicked 3 this afternoon. Friendly Societies Park now bathed in sunshine. Up they go, Kelly and Hampshire. Hampshire got the tap. It came out towards Saunders. Come into the game a lot. Braden Becks, he's been good too. His errant kick, though, only goes as far as Lil Edwards. He dropped the mark, Carson. Now he goes back on top of it, but umpire said he'd never had a prior opportunity to ball it up. Stevie Walker right on the 50-metre line for South Warrnambool. They're in control now, 14 points. We've played almost 15 and a half minutes in the on the Battery World Time Clock. Fourth quarter action brought to us by Clinton Bolsh-Nissen. So another ball up, and this time it's again on the 50-metre line. And it's in the attacking half for the South Warrnambool Roosters. So up they go. Hampshire got the tap down. Came out there towards Stevens. Stevens did very well. Got it across to Rantel, who got it across to Becks, who got it across to Shannon Becks. He goes this way, that away. A little don't argue. Good kick. Lace out. Finds Weir. A beautiful bit of action, and that's a Matco High highlight of the day. Contender again, back-to-back for Shannon Becks because he had the poise. He dodged one. He gave a little don't argue. And then he's put it lace out to Weir, who'll go back and attempt to kick his third this afternoon and probably put it beyond doubt. You would almost think for the South Warrnambool Roosters it'll give him a 20-point lead if he's accurate. Tight angle, front of the change rooms here today, goes bang, it's swinging, but not enough, and it's a point. So 8-9-57 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. South Warrnambool, Portland 6-6-42. And the Battery World Time Clock has just ticked into 16 and a half minutes. Fourth quarter action. Clinton Bolsh-Nissen, Friendly Societies Park, Hampden League Live this afternoon.
Let's go around the grounds, and all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Cobden taking on Terang Mortlake. We're getting close in that one. Henry Robertson, an updated score?
We are, boys. There's 30 minutes and 25 seconds gone, and it's Terang Mortlake by a point. Will Kane kicked 8 of 11.
Oh, Jeebus. We'll stick on the line, mate. We'll come to you in another minute or so. Back here at the Rooster Land, it's 15 points. McCluggage spearing pass for Dye. Gathered nicely by Weir. Got it out. Soccer off the boot there by Jack Dye, and it's hit the post. Jeepers creepers, that would have been nearly Lucas Brothers' snag of the day material from Jack Dye.
Could have won a barbecue.
Absolutely. Could have got some snags and a steak and a filet mignon.
Yeah, one of those chicken sausages.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was impressive. So it goes out to a 16-point margin. Punched away by Mullen. Beck's been absolutely sensational. Dispossessed there by Jennings, who's been equally as good. They get it through Jackson. Jackson now looking to draw, go inboard. No, he'll go out wide to Dunlop. Dunlop will go inside, forward 50. There's a vacant goal square. That's where he goes.
Tell you what.
Good kick. Malcolm couldn't take the mark and defended really well the Roosters. Mullen happy to concede and will have a minor score. We might go back up to Henry Robertson. Cobden take you on Terang Mortlake. Henry, what's the latest?
He's all over here, boys. It's Terang Mortlake by 1 point.
Oh, jeepers. We'll come back to you very soon, Henry, for a wrap-up. So a 1 point win to Terang Mortlake, a nice way to finish the season there, and a real thriller up at the Cobden Rec Reserve, Possum Kelly.
Yeah, well, isn't that going to give some confidence going into next year? I know next year's a long way away, Hilly, but their second half of the season, as we said in the pre-games, been very good, Terang Mortlake, and we did say that game was probably a toss of the coin job, and you said that if we weren't here, that's potentially would have been our match of the day this afternoon. So well done to the Terang Mortlake, and gee, isn't Will Kane making a habit of kicking big bags in low scores? 8 out of 11. I think he got 6 out of 8 or something a couple of weeks
ago. And he got 9 out of 11 the week before.
And here's a chance for Braden Becks for the Roosters. Goes inside 50 over the top of everyone. That was Haylock got back. He's wrapped up in a tackle and the umpire will ball it up about 50 metres around from the South Warrnambool goal. They're in control, the Roosters. They lead by 16 points. And the sun's back out. Magnificent conditions here this afternoon. A little bit of rain at half time, but it's turned out pretty good. Up it goes. Kelly got the tap down. It came out there towards Stevens, kicked it forward to the top of the goal square, grabbed by Saunders. Good little handball over the top to Kelly, who'll kick a goal. So he's kicked another one, Kelly, and that's his first for the afternoon. So Sammy Kelly, he's kicked South Warrnambool's third goal for this quarter, and they're taking total control of it now. And on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard, they go to 9-10-64. They lead Portland 6-6-42, who kicked the first goal of this final quarter and got back to the lead. But since then, it's been 3 goals to South as Saunders comes off looking a little tired. And he might need just a little bit of limit from Arnson Kay this evening as well. He's done a mighty job, particularly in the second half, as the Roosters have taken control of this game. And we have ticked into, what are we on there now, Hilly, on that magnificent clock, 20 minutes on the battery wheel time clock. Fourth quarter action, Clinton Bolshnissen.
9 goals to 3 after quarter time for the Roosters, and they're going to get the clearance through Rantel. High up and under kick, setting himself. There was Gallishan. Ma jumping on the football. It's probably going to be number 1. Irving, creative. Inside, 50. Die! Kelly, handballs to a running teammate. Hussey, goal. Easy as you like for the Roosters. They've kicked 10 goals since quarter time. Some teamwork in that one. And Hussey's second of the afternoon. And just another one on the scoreboard. So they're running away with it, the Roosters. 10-10-70 to 6-6-42, a 28-point margin. Probably the scoreboard isn't probably reflective of the game that we've seen, because the Tigers in that first half was absolutely sensational. But the South Warrnambool dominance has certainly ruled in this second half. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. WDFNL qualifying final out at the DC Farron Oval. Lockie Rook, you've got the score for us.
Yeah, Hilly, I think full-time all over at Mortlake at the DC Farron. Pamu at 12-13-85, getting the job done over Kalorina at 9-8-62. So a 23-point win to the Bulldogs.
Pamu take on Naranda in the second semi-final next weekend, whilst Kalorina will take on the winner between Russells Creek and Maryvale in the first semi-final on Sunday. So sun is shining here at the Reed Oval, and the Roosters are shining as well in this second half. Stevens been terrific, looking for Kelly. Tell you what, Poss, Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day. You know, we've probably thought a lot of the day was Jennings. Gee, Shannon Beck certainly comes into calculation. Stevens has had a really good last 3 quarters for mine. Weir's been impressive. It's going to be interesting who we select.
Yeah, well, of course, there's only 2 of us to do it, Hilly. As we've ran out of soldiers today. Here's Braden Becks. He's been good for the Roosters. Comes out to his brother Shannon. His handball over the top to McCluggage. He couldn't control it. He taps it to the advantage of Kelly. He can't pick it up, and it goes over the line out of bounds as Kelly gets a little bit of cramp in the hamstrings. And Smell might come off for a spell, potentially. It's going to be a boundary throw in right in front of the Portland coaches box here. Up they go. It's Becks and Haylock. Becks took it out of the ruck. Was tackled by Sharp. grabbing it as Stevens. He's going nowhere. Got it out to Rantel. This way, that away. He gets it over the top out there towards Mullins. Mullins' little handball went to the advantage of Hussey. Hussey got it to Rantel. Rantel will get it over the top again out there towards Jed Henderson. He couldn't control it. Paddles it in front of him. Chipping in for Portland was McIntyre. Good play. Got it. Did the old 1-2. But he missed Edwards. Edwards' tackle, when he never had the ball, said the umpire. Galachan. No, sorry, that was Herman. Now here's a chance for Hussey. He can have a shot if he wants to. In the end, he's gonna. He has a long ping from 65. Getting back Weir. Oh, well done out there by Haylock. He's been fantastic in defence for the Portland Tigers today. He'll relieve and he'll get it out wide and he'll take a Marcus Kyle. Richard said he couldn't control it. Now he can on hands and knees, or can he? There's, a lot of Roosters around him. One of them, Stevens. He dodges around. Little short kick is good. And he hits Galachan lace out right underneath the Shojan Concrete scoreboard. 10-10-70. South Warrnambool, Portland 6-6-42. We've played almost 24 minutes on the Battery Wheel time clock. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Clinton Bolsh Nissan. Call us through this kick at goal. Treadhill.
Galachan, he's on a pretty tight angle here, Poss. There's no doubt about it. On the non-preferred side from a right footer.
He might win himself a sausage.
He's done the Matty Lloyd. He's thrown up the grass and he backs his chances. Galachan comes in, looks good off the boot. He's going to drop short. Flying high was Weir. Irving just presents the bit of body work. He's tackled, and Edwards sees him over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. And Edwards does love the rough stuff. He likes the tough contested footy, that is for sure. And we'll have a boundary throw-in. So a 28-point margin here at the Friendly Societies Park. The Roosters will take on the North Warrnambool Eagles in the qualifying final next weekend at Koroits, Victoria Park. The Tigers will take on the Blues at Port Fairy's Gardens Oval in the elimination final. And we'll have a great first week of finals in the Hampden Football Netball League, our first since 2019. Jenner got the free kick, finds Mitchell. Mitchell goes longer down the line, looking for Sharp. He's been well worn this afternoon, only kicking the one goal. He'll finish with 76 for the season. Jackson's the man who's got the ball in the next part of the chain. Gee, the sun is shining here, that is for sure. It's been an interesting day. We had a little bit of rain sort of at that half-time break. McIntyre's tried hard. Inboard he goes. Kick has to be good to Dunlop, and it is. And he spots him out 48 metres out from goal. And this will be a bit of a testing kick, I reckon, for Jackson Dunlop. Not a conventional kicker of the football. Has a little bit of a different style. And it will be interesting to see what he sort of does with this one. So Dunlop hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon. He'll have to kick from every bit of about 46 to 47 metres. Dunlop comes in, works it around, gets good purchase on the football. It's going to drop short, and a defensive fist over the line by a multitude of South Warrnambool defenders, and they concede a minor score. So the Roosters, 10-10-70 as a 25-minute mark ticks over on the Battery Wheel time clock. 6-7-43 Portland, and they're out by a 27-point lead as we're getting closer to full time here at the Friendly Societies Park.
And Ellie, for Sinnott's stats, that was just the second mark inside 50 for Portland since the first quarter. So they've only taken 2 marks inside 50 since quarter time, since the first quarter. So that shows you the dominance by the South Warrnambool defence, particularly after the second half of that second quarter in particular. So this the boundary, the kick out from the behind has gone over the line out of bounds, right in front of the Social Club here this afternoon. Been a good battle, been a good game, as you said, Hilly. The score probably doesn't reflect how good the game's been. Sharp now in the midfield for the Tigers, or coming through hard. There was Rantel, but he's wrapped up in a tackle, good tackle too. And umpire Stevie Walker, they've done a good job too, the boys out there today. Umpire Lockheed. And also Stevie Walker, up they go. Malcolm in front of Kelly. Malcolm got the tap over the back. Come to Stevens. He's tackled into the ground. No, holding the ball to the umpire. And there's another little Portland player got decked out there by Rantel. And the free kick's going to be taken by Yule Jenner. Now that's Brenner. So this is Joshy Jenner. This is Josh Jenner. He runs around. He's going to have a shot from 40. He's kicked it to the top of the square. It'll be forced over the line out of bounds. I was thinking of Kylie Jenner. Just the one behind, added by the Portland Tigers. They're going to 6-8-44 on the Shows in Concrete scoreboard. 10-10-70. And Well, you heard of Laurel and Hardy. Here's Hill and Kelly here on Hampden League Live this afternoon. Back pocket.
I love it. Good to kick out. Oh, taken off the ball there with Stutchbury. Looks a little bit sore after that one. Probably Stutchbury from the great Matty Stewart was commentating this afternoon, and he'll get the resultant free kick. Just wasn't probably watching the footy there, Archie Stevens. So 50 metres out for young Stutchbury's showing a bit of pace and a bit of poise throughout the course of the day. Looking for a target, wheels around the left, goes to the square, big fly, and just as easy as you like, Sam Kelly takes the mark, and he'll just go in the back pocket, finds Mullen. Tell you what, I like Mullen as a player. Doesn't get a lot of the footy, but geez, he's a good shutdown defender.
Yeah, there was a bit of argy-bargy going on here too.
Hasn't stopped. Big fly and a nice mark taken there by Hussey. He's been good, kicked a couple of goals, and is a real important link-up player for him. Probably doesn't play as much in the middle as he would have used to, but still playing a nice role. So he'll go short by foot, finds McCluggage, his brother's Hugh, and he's a smooth operator, as is Miles as well, the younger McCluggage. Thomas goes out, finds Jack Dye. As 29 minutes has ticked over here at the Friendly Societies Park, and Dye just directing things. I'm going to go a little bit longer down the line, lads, so that's where the destination's where the football's going. He does. Big kick down the line. Becks has to take on two. Good defensive spoil by the Tigers. And they're happy to concede. And we'll have a boundary throw in on true centre wing. The Roosters lead by 26. 10-10-70 to 6-8-48. That's on the Shojin concrete scoreboard, and it's a quarter that's been dominated by the Roosters, or a half that's been dominated by the Roosters.
Yeah, absolutely. A cue in the rack looks like it is for Joshy Saunders too, down there sitting on the bench, quite content as Haylock kicks Portland forward. Good mark taken in there by Shepherd. He's been good today too. So Shepherd's kick across towards Jenner. No, that was in fact Joshy Edwards. Here's a chance now for Golby. No, he's not playing today, Golby. This is Tex Mitchell. So Tex Mitchell's kick, it was brought back out again out there by Mullins, and he finds Harry Lee. And there's the siren to end it all here at the Friendlies this afternoon. And, the Roosters have run out 26-point winners, 10-10-70 on the Shojin concrete scoreboard. They've defeated the Portland Tigers 6-8-44. And, the battery wheel time clock in that final quarter went 29 and a half minutes. So a good victory in the end to South Warrnambool, but I think, as you said, Hilly, a 26-point margin probably didn't reflect how good of a game it was. It was contested, free-flowing at different times, and, both sides really ran in and had a crack. And as we see, just a final Arts and K update, it looks like Trent Williamson might be in a bit of trouble there too. Hilly's got his left hamstring heavily strapped with ice, so him and Huppets both look like they've done hamstrings. Looks like we lost Henderson. It looks like we've lost Curtis, and we also think, we can't confirm, we might have lost a boundary umpire as well. So it's all been happening down here for Arts and K and Greg Kelson. So, Eyes has been going down to get some antihistamine for his blocked nose and his hay fever and whatever else he's got. And it's been a busy day on Hampden League Live. That's for sure. So 10-10-70, 6-8-44, 26-point victory to the Roosters.
Absolutely. Hey, we might take a break here on Hampden League Live. When we come back, it will be the post game. We'll go through all of our award winners. We'll go around and get all the final scores and the 3-2-1 for our Pit Stop Menswear MVP. But it was a day of the Roosters. The Tigers were gallant, but the Roosters ran out victors by
Hampden League Live for Clinton Bolsch Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, Harvey Norman Computers, SunGold Milk, and McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central. 3YBFM.
If there's one thing us Aussies know, it's great coffee. Like the best ever McCafe blend. Expertly made by baristas for a smooth, rich taste that hits the spot every time. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Fitz Media Productions is your online broadcast specialist. From meetings and special events to weddings, funerals and sport, Fitz Media's fully equipped mobile broadcast unit provides a professional, reliable live stream anywhere. Contact us today.
Woohoo! The footy's back, bigger and better than ever. Just like the boys at Peter Bolsch Bridgestone, now offering full logbook servicing and mechanical. With tyres starting from $60 and zip pay available. Why go anywhere else? Peter Bolsch Bridgestone, Ferry Street.
The Country Care Dental team listen, care and explain so you know you're in good hands.
From no-gap cleaning to advanced procedures, they'll look after you. Open 8 to 7 weekdays in Hamilton and Camperdown. countrycaredental.com.au.
From trees to traffic, Carter Group is the home of fully trained arborists, offering tree removal, trimming and lopping of trees, along with on-site traffic management planners and high-quality traffic management. Visit cartergroup.com.au.
When building a new home, the first place to go is Greens Bricks and Windows. They stock PGH Bricks trend windows and doors with double glazing to all styles. Make the right choice. See Greens Bricks and Windows, 7 Robson Street, Warrnambool.
I'm Roma Britnell, your local Member of State Parliament. I'm working hard for you and for the South West Coast region to make sure we have a vibrant and prosperous place to live and work. I want to know what matters most to you, to hear your ideas on how to make South West Coast even better. You can email me, catch me on social media, or visit my office in Liebig Street. I'm here to work for you.
Authorised by Roma Britnell MP, 94 Liebig Street, Warrnambool, funded from parliamentary budget.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings. We've got ya. Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop. Open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun don't.
3 steps: design, plan and construct. Smith & Son Renovations and Extensions take care of all 3 steps to provide you with a smooth and cost-effective process. See Nathan and the team at Smith & Sons, Ferry Street, quality builders and reno specialists.
Did you know that Badeness Rural have 3 agronomists and an experienced in-store team to help service the needs of their clients? With the right advice and the latest in agriculture technology, they provide a tailored service specific to your farm needs. Helping you boost production and keeping costs in check is what they do best. From on-farm agronomy to decades of expertise in-store to help you get the best results. Call in and see them today. Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
On 3YBFM, this is Hampden League Live for Harvey Norman Computers, Carter Group and Peter Bolsch Bridgestone.